What's up, chat? What's up, everybody that's watching? Make sure you like the video early because this is going to be a video you like. Simple as that. We are going to continue what we did yesterday and go through every team in the NBA. Well, the teams we didn't touch on yesterday and break down their rosters, talk about what we like, what we didn't like, and grade their off seasons. That includes the transactions that you made in terms of trades, the signings that you made, not just signing free agents, but signing your own players or the players that you had last year and extending them, as well as the people that you lost. And sometimes we'll factor in whether players are getting better or whether some players have fell off a cliff. But before we get into that, fellas, it's a good day. It's hump day. So I want to ask, is there anything that you guys want to get off your chest?
Mars was interested in my I was talking to my man Tony Tone yesterday, and Mars was a little interested in my list last night. He thought it was we did a top 15 players in the NBA, and like how we do tiers around here when we put players on tiers. Mars was he frowned his face, but he just, when Mars says interesting, when you hear interesting from Mars, you know what that means. So it's the one eyebrow up and like, wait a minute, like hold on, explain this, explain that right there. So I did that yesterday.
Why was it interesting?
Mars seems to have a bone to pick with me.
No, I mean they had like a bunch of players. When I first tapped in, they had a bunch of players, and I've seen some very interesting things, but I don't know if that part was in order. So first I want to ask, did you put Rudy Gobert and Paul George above Zion, Ja Morant, and those players?
No.
Okay. Because that was majorly concerned. I saw Mikal Bridges above like Ja Morant or something. I was like, okay, interesting. Okay, that wasn't in order. But I think you adjusted the list in ways that I was like, okay, it made sense because it started off. I seen like Anthony Edwards was above Devin Booker.
No,
I seen Anthony Davis was at 10. I was like, interesting. But then you adjusted it. If I remember correctly, you had Jokic, Giannis, Luka, Tatum, Embiid, Shea, Anthony Davis,
James,
LeBron, Steph, KD. And then you had Donovan Mitchell, Devin Booker, Anthony Edwards, Jaylen Brown, and Jalen Brunson.
That was it.
If I remember correctly. So I wanted to ask, Jaylen Brown above Jalen Brunson. What was the rationale for that?
Well, again, we were talking about this season, and we have a tendency a lot of times to talk about like what's going on in the past, and I do that a lot. But like this season in particular, I mean, I think that Jaylen Brown coming off that Finals MVP, coming off that Eastern Conference Championship MVP, I think that his confidence level coming into this season, them being the champs, I feel like his game from where it is right now, I don't think he's just going to get much better. I just think it's going to be more polished than what it already is, and I think he's going to help that Boston Celtic team more than what he has. He's dumbed down his game a lot, and I seen what he did last season, and I feel like he could continue to do that. I think I had him. In fact, you and I had this discussion probably a couple of months ago when I had Jalen Brunson, not Jalen Brunson. I'm sorry, I had Jaylen Brown. I had him in the top, I think like 16 or 17, and you was like, "What?" So
yeah, I adamantly disagree with you.
Yeah, I think he's a top 15 player today. I do.
Yeah, that was like my biggest question. I was just curious, other than the stuff that I saw below that, but you just said that wasn't in order, so I'm fine with that. The rest of it was like, it makes sense. Now obviously I disagree with Jason Tatum, but like you said it enough, I'm not gonna be like, why do you think it? Like I've heard it, but so everything else was like, I get it. Do I necessarily agree with everything? No, but I understand it. So I'm like, that Jaylen Brown one, I just wanted to get your thoughts on that. But yeah, overall,
I feel like Jalen Brunson this season, there's a lot of pressure on him to deliver. A lot. I mean, when he first got to the Knicks, it really wasn't that much pressure on him to deliver because he came off that Dallas team. They were good, but he was kind of a steal in terms of a signing. Now the expectations are higher. And I know how New York is. The minute they, as good as you are, Ox, they could turn on you the next day. The minute they put you on that pedestal, they can have they talk about burning Julius Randle posters and trading him. This is the dude who was an all-pro 2 years ago. They're like, yo, get him out of here. So as quick as they love you, that's how quick they can turn on you. So I'll be interested to see what Jalen Brunson does this year. Shoot the three ball, not just shoot the three ball. As good as they're going to be defensively, they should be able to play faster. these are things that are a strength of his. But when I think about Jaylen Brown, they're also a strength of the Celtics too. So him being bigger, as fast as they play, he one of the best transition players in the game. If I'm being honest with myself. So if I think about Jaylen Brown and I think about Jalen Brunson, I think the edge is with Jaylen Brown, but I think Jalen Brunson, he's right there.
Chill. Are you saying that you're anticipating the demise of Jalen Brunson from the fans perspective?
Oh, I've seen it before. That's why, Ron, because I know how New York fans are. One minute they love you, the next minute you could be out of town that quickly. I mean, they open Carmelo, they open their arms to Carmelo Anthony, and as quick as they were losing in the first round of the playoffs, that's how quick they wanted him out of town. So, I mean, I know how quickly they could turn on you in New York.
Yeah, no doubt, no doubt.
Mm.
But Morris, I just want to say I don't think that's crazy to have Jaylen Brown over Jalen Brunson.
I was just I was just curious. I was also curious because I'm pretty sure a couple weeks ago we were having this discussion and Chill said Ja Morant was better than Anthony Edwards, but then he had Anthony Edwards in the top 13, but not Ja Morant. So I wanted to ask about that too, but I don't know.
Did I have Ja Morant ahead of?
Because I'm pretty sure we had the discussion and we were saying that people forgot about Ja Morant because he hasn't been around, but
they did.
He's still better than Anthony Edwards. I'm pretty sure you said that. But then you had Anthony Edwards in the game. Yeah, but then you had Anthony Edwards at 13 and Ja Morant wasn't on the list, so I didn't understand that. But I was
because he missed the season. Because he missed the season. That's why. Not because I don't think he's gonna be better than him, but because he missed the season, and I still got to see it first. I do think he's gonna be there, but I got to see it first in order for me to go there. I'm already on record saying I think Ja Morant plays himself back into the top 5 point guards in the game this year. We'll see.
Okay.
All right. Well, that was a dub list. Y'all make sure y'all go check it out and shout out Sports Fluent. Let's go ahead and get into it. Well, actually, before we get into it, I'm gonna give y'all opportunity to go grab some breakfast, grab you some orange juice, and get ready for a nice, long, amazing show. So we'll be back in a second.
Yep.
What up, PC Nation? Warmer, sunnier days are calling. Fuel up for them with Factor's no prep, no mess meals. Meet your wellness goals in time for summer thanks to the menu of chef-crafted meals with options like Calorie Smart, Protein Plus, and Keto. Factor's fresh, never frozen meals are dietitian approved and ready to eat in just 2 minutes. So no matter how busy you are, you'll always have time to enjoy nutritious, great tasting meals. Make today the day you kickstart a new healthy routine. What are you waiting for? With 35 different meals and more than 60 add-ons to choose from every week, you'll always have new flavors to explore. Crush your wellness goals this July with dietitian-approved meals and ingredients that you can trust. Make your day delicious. From breakfast to dessert, stay fueled with easy, nutritious options. Treat yourself to restaurant-quality meals that feature premium ingredients like filet mignon, shrimp, and blackened salmon. Keep kitchen time to a minimum. Factor meals are ready in 2 minutes. No shopping, prepping, cooking, or cleaning up. Enjoy effortless support for your lifestyle. Choose from 6 menu preferences to help you manage calories, maximize protein intake, avoid meat, or simply eat well-balanced. Head to factormeals.com/playerschoice50 and use code playerschoice50 to get 50% off your first box plus 20% off your next month. That's code playerschoice50 at factormeals.com/playerschoice50 to get 50% off your first box plus 20% off your next month while your subscription is active.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's get right into it. The first team we're going to start with today is the Oklahoma City Thunder, who a lot of people have said that this team has won the offseason. So let's go ahead and get into it. The Thunder, what they've done so far this offseason, or what they haven't re-signed Bismack Biyombo yet. He's an unrestricted free agent. And Keontae Johnson as well. And Oliver Sarr. They lost Josh Giddey. They lost Gordon Hayward, who retired. And they also lost Mike Muscala. Now, players that they have got is Isaiah Hartenstein from New York. They got Alex Caruso from Chicago. They drafted Nikola Topic. They drafted Dylan Jones. They also drafted AJ Mitchell. And they got Alex Dukas. Thoughts?
And they also extended Wiggins, which is a good thing. with extending
and
Wiggins.
Isaiah Joe.
Yes, and Isaiah Joe. These two are some of the better rotation players in the game. I think I'm in the minority though when I feel like when you have two of the same thing, I'm one of those people who I'd rather take the better one and supplement it with other stuff because I don't feel like I need two of everything. So when I think about like Lou Dort, is Lou Dort more valuable? Is Alex Caruso more valuable as a perimeter defender and an on-ball defender than Lou Dort? I think he is. I think we could supplement the lack of shooting from Lou Dort with Wiggins, with Isaiah Joe. I don't think we need both of those dudes. I think he's a better defender, and I think him being a better defender, I do think that he can also supplement us offensively. He might not be a better scorer than Lou Dort, but I don't think we need both of them. That's why I thought it was interesting when they traded for Alex Caruso, why they kept Lou Dort. Because we already got two of these guys. I don't understand why we have both of them. I will tell you guys this, though. With Oklahoma City, Ox is different when you're the 100. See, they came out of nowhere last season. I mean, they were a team that was a play-in team the year before. They go from that to now being the number 1 overall seed. So now the expectation is even higher on them this year where they're picked to go to the finals. So the pressure on them is going to be a lot different. Can they handle that? Can Isaiah Joe handle that? Can Wiggins handle that? Is Chet going to be beefed up more where he can handle the punishment that he's going to have to take from other bigs coming at him? I mean, the same thing happened with the Denver Nuggets where you heard Mike Malone say that they weren't really prepared. They ended up being tired. I'm wondering if that's going to happen with Oklahoma City. Are they going to be a team that, because they're 100 now, can they handle it?
Yeah. Well, first and foremost, I don't know how they're ever going to overcome losing Mike Muscala. But you know, I do recognize that you have the tendency to want to to come off of a guy that if you got kind of like two of the same. But with this particular group, I'm fine with that because against certain teams, it's gonna be like for instance, maybe Dallas, right? It's like if I got Alex Caruso and Lou Dort playing together at times, it's kind of hell out there. You know what I mean? Like it's a lot of chaos on the defensive end, but you still got structure on the offensive end because both of those guys I think are smart on the offensive end. I don't think they're as offensively gifted as a lot of guys, but they know how to play basketball. I noticed that a lot about Alex Caruso maybe the past 2 seasons. Like he might not be the best on offense, but he makes big offensive plays too. Just being in the right spot, being smart on offense, like knowing where to be, not overdoing it. You know what I mean? Like I think they'll be able to play together at times and let Shea do his thing and still be able to spot up, make big shots or cut into the rim and things like that. So I would hate for them to get off of Lou Dort unless they got I don't know who, but it would have to be it would have to be significant though. I love what OKC did this year, and honestly, I'm fine with saying that they're the favorites in the West, whether they're hunted or not, because like grabbing Isaiah Hartenstein, grabbing Alex Caruso, I think they damn near won the offseason with that, too. Like you can be the hunted, but I mean they got better. I think they got a lot better, chill. I don't think it was just like a little increment. There wasn't just a small smidge better. Like they moved the needle from a team that was already the 1 seed to move the needle like that. OKC is dangerous. And you know, and last year I was very skeptical of them. I'm like, I don't think they're old enough. I think the guys aren't ready yet. But I'm looking out for OKC. I think they're rightfully still the favorites in the West.
Sure, I can get with that logic because when you think about the group, what they did last year, winning almost 60 games and going from being a play-in team to being a legit playoff team, and now taking that jump to being a contender, and what they improved, I can definitely get with that logic. Now, if I'm splitting hairs, I'm on record saying that I thought them passing on Andre Drummond, I thought that he could have really helped them. But with getting Hartenstein, happening again. Are we hit? Are we good?
You good? There you go.
Okay.
You good.
As I was saying, with now Chet now getting better. With Chet getting better, with them adding Alex Caruso, that perimeter defender that they didn't have last year, because I think he's better than than Lou Dort. I think he brings more value on the defensive end than Lou Dort. But the thing I'm concerned with, like I said, is now they are the hunted. And when that pressure is now on you in order to win, can they deliver? That's the question that I have with them. I don't think that the roster is the issue. I think that now can they deliver?
I saw this video where it's I think it's elk or mooses up like in Alaska or whatever. They're starting to outsmart hunters. I'm seeing videos where like they'll shoot at the elk or the moose, right? And they might hit the elk or the moose, but it's not a fatal shot. The elk runs away. I think it's moose. And the moose runs away, and he just lays down like he's playing dead. The hunter walks up on the moose. And next thing you know, you got a big 10-foot animal, big antlers just running, charging, boom, boom. I've seen a couple videos like that. So, you know what I'm saying? And so the hunted ain't always, you know what I'm saying? The hunted aren't always prey. You know what I mean? And as a matter of fact, I was with a lady friend of mine. She's a friend. I've known her for a while. I was over at I went to her grandparents' house this weekend. Yeah. He's an old hunter. Had lions and stuff all in the wall. I'm like, this is crazy. Hunted are not always prey, chill.
Well, Ox, I want to say the same thing about you. They said that orca whales are the craziest thing to hunt, so you should be careful as well. Mars, it's on you.
Why should you be concerned with that?
Oh, chill. No worries. No.
Okay.
We're just gonna leave that there.
Okay.
Unless you want to elaborate, Ox.
I'd rather not.
Okay. Stay in your weight class, Ox. Mars.
Where else can you get analogies about moose and being hunted other than the panel, man? Great show.
That's A.
Yeah.
Hey, that's why you guys should grade us an A. But I need you guys to also grade the Thunder's off season. But Mars, I want to hear how you feel about the Thunder. I know you think very highly of them.
Yeah, I mean, I thought very highly of them last season before these additions. But now, yeah, I think they're the favorites out west. Like, in my opinion, it should be definitive. They were my favorites last year. Obviously, they lost in round 2, but I think just adding in areas where they lacked while also not getting away from their identity is what I think makes them the winners of the offseason. Their identity is still going to be about versatility, still going to be about ball movement, still going to be about 5-out, still going to be about forcing turnovers on defense, getting out in the half court, having guys who can make shots off the catch, making guys who can attack a closeout. And they've elevated in all of those areas. They've added a better screener, Isaiah Hartenstein. His 2-man game with Jalen Brunson last year was amazing. You now have that with Shea. So now Chet doesn't have to be used as a screener as much. You have a legitimate role threat, another one next to Chet. Isaiah Hartenstein has shown his ability to make passes out the short roll, so you haven't lost much playmaking there. You can still play 5-out, even though Isaiah Hartenstein doesn't shoot threes, but you can still play 5-out with Isaiah Hartenstein because of his ability in dribble handoff and his ability to make reads at the top of the key and all of those things. Alex Caruso, to me, is just better than Lou Dort at everything Lou Dort does. Besides being as strong, I think Lou Dort is stronger, but everything else, offensively, Alex Caruso is better. It's not just his ability to shoot threes. His ability to play inside the 3-point line. That's where Lou Dort majorly lacks. He's terrible around the rim. The moment he goes inside the 3-point line, he's useless in terms of just playmaking, making decisions, all of those things. That's why Alex Caruso is better. Alex Caruso is also a better screener. His ability to slip screens, get into the middle of the defense, make reads. They've just elevated their versatility offensively. And Alex Caruso, I think, shot like 39% from 3 last year. So you still have that spacing value. And then I like Dylan Jones as a draft pick. I don't know how much he's going to play, but he's another ball handler, another guy who can make decisions. He's also like unorthodox in his approach. He's like a 6'5" guard who likes to post up and back people down and stuff, but he can make reads and all of those things. So he's an interesting little addition that they have there, especially in the regular season. And then them tying down Isaiah Joe and Aaron Wiggins. Isaiah Joe is one of the most underrated shooters in the league. So tying him down is extreme value. Aaron Wiggins has shown he can do a little bit of everything. He's got the length on defense. He shot the 3 at a crazy clip last year. So you still just have that value in the role players and just the internal improvement like Orlando yesterday. Chet getting better. He spoke about how he's working on his ability to punish mismatches in the post with his back to the basket. That's going to be huge for them. Shea just continuing to be what he is. J-Dub, maybe if he improves. Like this OKC team, if they stay healthy, they're going to be hard to beat. They're my favorites in the West. They're going to be hard to beat. Very matchup proof. And Mark Daigneault with another year of experience as a head coach. And
That's
getting
what
off
it is.
Josh Giddey.
That's where it is, Mars. That's not that part, not the Josh Giddey part. Before that,
Josh Giddey ain't fit for them. Once you know he ain't fit.
No. True. I think he could have been used, but I feel you for that squad. Yeah. But Dagenhart though, that's where it's all gonna come into play because there are some conflicting things on some conflicting players on the roster. Right. You know what I'm saying? You can have a very good roster and still at the same time realize like, okay, how am I gonna work this out? Like, how are these two gonna play together? Yeah. How is he gonna go with Hartenstein and Chet? Are they going to go 4 and 5? Or are they going to play, 5 minutes overlapping? Like how is it going to work out? If coach do some coaching with this roster though, it's like I said already, it's deadly. It's deadly over there. I want to ask you because I saw that super chat. Is J-Dub only 6'5"?
6'6".
6'5". No, he's 6'5", but with a long ass wingspan, so he looked taller.
Right.
He got like a 7'1", 7'2" wingspan, I think. So
Tricky sent through a super chat. He said Hartenstein was the biggest move for them, the Thunder. He said they are small. SGA 6'4.5", J-Dub 6'5", Caruso 6'4", Dort 6'3". They needed an extra 7-footer in the front court.
It's like what are we doing in terms of their backup? Is Hartenstein going to start at the 5 and or that would
chill? You choppy right now.
He said what they're gonna do is Hartenstein gonna play at the 5 next to Chet, or is he gonna come off the bench? That's what he said.
I hope they start him at the 5 and Chet at the 4. Like I really.
And if they start him at the 5, Ox, and if they start him at the 5, what are we doing with our backup 5 man? That's the question.
They still got Jalen. They got the other Jalen Williams, and he's still there. Still,
they still got Jalen Williams. Yeah. They still got Jalen Williams. I do worry about that. Because I'm not a huge fan of his. I do like him, but I'm not a huge fan of him. I always felt like Hartenstein was a prime backup 5 man, and I think he's great for them as a backup 5 man. If Oklahoma City, by the time the trade deadline comes around, and I think that they could pull this off. I already said it about the Knicks. I don't think the Knicks are going to do it. Pick up the telephone and call up the Trailblazers and ask for Robert Williams. They'll hand him over.
Chill. Rob's staying on the West Coast.
They'll hand him over. I promise you. They'll hand him right over. I promise you that.
Chill. Robert Williams is staying on the West Coast. He's just going down to 5. Down to 5 to Sacramento. That's all.
All right, y'all. We're going to move on to the next team. We are going from Oklahoma City, and we are flying up to the Northeast, chill, to the big city, the Big Apple, the New York Knicks.
Yep.
Now, the New York Knicks have a couple unrestricted free agents: Charlie Brown, Daquan Jeffries, Diakite. That's how you say his name, Morris? Diakite?
Nnamdi Diakite, I think.
Yeah. Shout out Diakite, but he's a free agent as well. They have lost, we just spoke on him, Isaiah Hartenstein. They lost Bojan Bogdanovic. They lost Alec Burks. They lost Shake Milton. And they lost Dwayne Washington Jr. as well. These are guys that were in their rotation last year. So why would they lose a bunch of guys that were in their rotation? Oh, that's right. Because they got Mikal Bridges from the Brooklyn Nets, who was one of the biggest splashes in the offseason. I think that was one of the first big moves that was made as well. Yes. Also, they got Cameron Payne. They got Bates Diop.
Cater Bates Diop?
Yeah.
Really?
Yep.
Huge addition.
That's my man. That's my man. I like Cater.
Yeah.
I like Cater.
You know him, Ox?
No, not like that. No.
Oh, I thought you know. Okay, I'm sorry. I thought you know. We good. All right.
They also got Chuma Okeke, and then Tyler Collette. Mars, I know you.
Joe, Ron, you don't got to name everybody they signed.
Respect Tyler Collette. He was a good little point guard out of Marquette. Yeah,
I respect T. I respect Big T.
That's the dude on the summer league team. He was nice, yo.
Yeah, he was doing good in the summer league.
Yeah, he was nice.
No, the other edition.
I was talking about the name before that.
Yeah, Chuma Okeke. I don't know why you bring it up.
I wasn't.
Mars, who's old boy from Germany too, but I think he's France. Pacome?
Oh, Pacome Dadier?
Yeah.
He that rookie. I don't know how much he's gonna play, but they got him at like the 25th pick or something.
Yeah, so that was their first round pick, and then also too, as you guys know, they re-signed OG Anunoby, which was major, and they re-signed Precious Achuma, and then Jacob Toppin.
I like that. But that's another thing too. Another reason why you don't have to name all these guys is because OG is gonna play 41. Mikal's going to play 42. Josh is going to play 47. Jalen's going to play 40. You know what I'm saying? Most of these dudes aren't going to see any playing time until maybe mid-December. But this is another team where I believe Chill is feeling the same way as he felt about OKC. Already got Mikal, move off OG. Already got OG, why good Mikal? And Chill, I gotta say, this is the time where I couldn't disagree with you more. This team, this Knickerbocker team, is built specifically for one reason and one reason only, and that is to take down the big bad Boston Celtics. And I think they are equipped to do that. Mikal Bridges and OG Anunoby is a duo that Jalen and Jason, I don't think, are going to be looking forward to. I don't think they're going to be looking forward to going to Madison Square, or they're not going to be looking forward to the Knickerbockers coming to TD. This squad is the threat in the East. This is the threat right here. I'm positive.
So two things. So two things. Number one, like you talked about with Coach. Why am I drawing a blank on his name? The head coach,
Tibbs.
Coach Tibbs. I'm sorry, Coach Tibbs. Well, the reason why he played those guys like Josh Hart, the reason why he played DiVincenzo, the reason why he played Brunson as many minutes is because he didn't have anybody else. That's why he had to play those guys. I mean, before those injuries happened, Josh Hart wasn't playing nearly as much as what he played at the end of the season. DiVincenzo didn't play nearly as much. So now I got Deuce McBride, I got Precious Achuro, right? I got Deuce McBride, I got Precious Achuro. I got guys like that on the bench. Cameron Payne, I'm not a big fan of as a backup lead guard, but I think he's serviceable, right? I do think he's serviceable. So I got DiVincenzo coming off the bench. I got Josh Hart coming off the bench. I got Miles coming off the bench. I got Precious Achua coming off the bench. I still think that they need to supplement their backup 5 spot. But as far as what they have in terms of their starting 5, so I got Brunson at the 1. I got Mikal Bridges at the 2. I got OG at the 3. I got Julius at the 4. And I got Robinson at the 5. I like that 5, Ox. I do. Yeah. Now I like and what I do like is I like what's coming behind it. With DiVincenzo, with Josh Hart, right? With Precious Achua. I like that. I think that this team is going to be predicated on defense, rebounding, grit. The team that I compared them to was the Memphis Grizzlies in 2000. The Grindhouse, that's who they remind me of. Maybe a little bit more athletic than them. Now, I know that one of the main reasons why they got together was to get with the Boston Celtics. 100%. They did do that. And I'm a big fan of Mikal Bridges as a defender. However, he had major problems with Jason Tatum. Major. And not only has he had major problems with Jason Tatum, the Boston Celtics, with them playing fast, with them speeding up the game, as versatile as OG Anunoby is, he's going to have a hard time dealing with Jaylen Brown in transition. And on top of that, the Celtics have a tendency to make you play the way that they play. And if the New York Knicks think that they could get in a run and gun, long ball shooting game or series with the Boston Celtics, they get smoked in 5 games. They can't do that.
Is there a wing duo better prepared for Boston than New York?
In the Eastern Conference?
A realistic one?
Yeah, Mark. I mean, you know me. We can talk about it.
No, because if I say Amen Thompson and Tari Eason, I'm being biased.
Yeah, you're bugging.
Yeah, I'm being biased. So, I mean,
right. I mean, Mars, you know, I would love to throw Keegan and DeMar in this conversation, but I'm not.
Okay, first of all, Amen and Tari are actually both really good defenders. DeMar is not good.
Mars, if I was you, I would leave Tari out of it. I would say Amen and Dylan Brooks.
Okay, Tari's a better defender than Dylan
Brooks. I'm not saying he's not.
People don't recognize Tari Eason.
That's news to me, Mark.
People don't recognize Tari Eason because he ain't played a lot last year, so it's like, oh my god, Tari Eason. So it's cool. But this is
without the shenanigans. How about without the shenanigans, Mark?
Without the shenanigans, Tari Eason's our second best defender. That's how good he is. But people don't know because he didn't play a lot last year, and because he's not. Defense is a reputation thing, and Tari hasn't built that reputation yet, so people aren't aware. Right. It's cool though; they'll be aware this year. But realistically, Franz and Jonathan Isaac got some. For sure.
Franz and Jonathan.
For sure. Franz? You gonna go with Franz?
Franz.
Over KCP?
KCP too small. But all of them: Jalen Suggs, KCP, Franz, Jonathan Isaac. Yes, Orlando got some.
Well, as a squad,
as a squad, Orlando got some.
I can see Orlando in this conversation. I can see Orlando in this. But just let's
defense is like that.
Yes. He's a really good defender, better in the team concept than the on-ball concept,
Got you,
but really good,
okay.
good defensively, really
All
good.
right.
Like even
Wait a
on the ball,
second,
he's really good.
Ron, you gonna wake up to Franz? I'm getting sick of you.
Yeah, people sleep on Franz.
Franz, I'm trying to figure out, Franz, what you missing with Franz.
I'm talking about offensively. Offensively, I know he got that.
He'll compete on the defensive side.
He will. I just didn't know, like, if we were running the team and we're talking about their two best defenders or two defenders that have to take on the two best players. I didn't know Franz was going to be in that contention. I thought we were going to go with guys like Jalen Suggs.
I could make the argument Franz is better defensively than offensively. I could make that argument.
Okay.
Now, I'm not going to.
That's news to me. That's
I could make the argument.
Don't forget though, Ron, the kid is 6'10", legit 6'10".
Yeah, he matches
legit
up size-wise with them. Yeah, KCP is 6'5", so like the size is the biggest thing. On the wing, Orlando would be the second best bet in the East for me after the.
That's like we were saying. I think that's more of a team concept altogether. Right. But like as far as the straight duos that are playing wing, you know, 2, 3, or 4, whatever position it may be. Like who's more equipped than OG and Mikal? I don't. More because PG's gone too, right? So no, can't say Kawhi PG, right?
I wasn't even saying them anyway.
But just in the East alone, just in the East alone,
we want to keep it out East, yeah.
Well, just in the East, because that's what they put together for, right? They put together to get past the Boston Celtics. So
who was Scotty running?
Are they better?
Okoro and Mobley.
Excuse me, Okoro and Mobley. In terms of a duo, yes, they are. Because I don't think Okoro is there yet. I think Okoro is a damn good defender, but I don't think he's as versatile as Mikal Bridges. I don't think he's as wiry as Mikal Bridges is. I think he's a lot more physical. He's really good at anticipation, and I think he's a better rebounder than Isaac Okoro is on defense, and he doesn't foul as much. Now, when you're talking about just tandems defensively, again, Ox, I want to make sure that we understand how Boston attacks. You know, Boston attacks by playing fast and ball movement. Now, the Knicks with OG and with Mikal Bridges, I think they're equipped to handle that. The question is how much is that going to affect them on the offensive end? Are they going to get in an up and down game with the Celtics, or are they going to keep it at their pace? Because if they try to get themselves in an up and down game, I think the Celtics mop them.
I don't think they do that, Chill. And like I understand like your concept with that. Like a lot of times we get, you know, we think that if this team is running, then this team is going to run too. I think Jalen Brunson is smarter than that. First, like I think first and foremost, I think Jalen Brunson is just not going for that. Like I think Jalen Brunson loves to cook in the half court so much that he'll slow it down. I don't see Julius Randle as a gazelle type player, you know, running up and down the court. I think OG and Mikal are fine running with anybody. You know what I'm saying? Like those two, Josh Hart, Dante playing in transition. You know, I think they're fine running with any and everybody. But I believe Jalen Brunson got the brains, and I think Coach Tibbs is going, you know, he'll throw the leash on you. But I think they got a lineup for that though, Chill. I think they got a lineup that can, especially that second unit. I think they got a lineup to run, but I don't think they get into it with Boston. Though.
I want to bring it back though, just strictly to the Knicks and get you guys' grade on their offseason. How do you guys feel that they have done so far relative to the rest of the NBA?
A.
Right.
A plus. It's been great. They've made the necessary. The Jalen Brunson extension is huge for them, just salary wise, saving all that money. For him, shout out to him. I guess I wouldn't do it, but shout out to him. But like that's huge for them. But I think we kind of have the Knicks are a team you have to gauge on the championship scale because every move they're making is for championship. Same with OKC. It's different than like what Portland have been doing. They're not building for championship. So success for both those teams is different. So like us talking about the Knicks versus Boston, I think that's relevant because the Knicks offseason is predicated on the fact, can they get through the East? And if Boston's the biggest obstacle, then they have to be built for that. So I think it's important. I think that's a very important part. But I think just on that real quick, I think the Boston thing about Boston pushing the pace and stuff, I think if Boston can do that, yeah, they're going to be hard to stop, but it's going to be hard to push the pace when the Knicks are the best offensive rebounding team in the league. Right. You can't leak out against a team that's a threat to get every offensive rebound. Josh Hart and Mitchell Robinson. And you can't get away with this Jason Tatum on the center plan and then not be afraid of giving up offensive rebounds to Mitchell Robinson. It's different when it's Daniel Gafford and Derek Lively. No disrespect to them. But when it's maybe the best offensive rebounder in the league, you have to go away from that plan in particular. So you lose some versatility there. So I think just that's the way the Knicks will try and slow down Boston's transition, not by matching up in transition. It's going to be, we are going to get enough second chance opportunities that they're going to be hesitant to leak out because they're going to have to all crash as a team. I think that's really what the biggest plan for them is going to be. But I'm not saying it'll work, but I think that's the plan.
Now, that's what I was about to ask you, because I think Boston was the top 3 rebounding team. I think they were top 3 in defensive rebounds in the league, even though they were one of the fastest paced teams in the league. So in terms of them crashing the glass on the defensive side, I don't think that that's going to hamper them, their ability to speed the game up off the strength that they still gang rebound. I mean, Jason Tatum is the one who gets most of the rebounds, but they still gang rebound. And when I think about guys getting supplemented, Ox, you brought up guys like DiVincenzo. I mean, can he be neutralized? I think he can be neutralized by Derek White, because Derek White makes him defend, because he can also knock down the long ball and he can find him in transition. He can pick up. The pickup point is a lot higher. Not only is the pickup point a lot higher, he can be physical with DiVincenzo and match his physicality. So I think that a lot of the guys that the Knicks have can be neutralized by the other guys that the Celtics have. I think the difference is going to be, can they knock down open shots regularly in order to stay in the game? And then when you stay in the game, now it's just going to come down to, is my best player better than your best player?
I think when it comes down to that for the Knicks, I think they have no problem putting Jalen Brunson up there like who won it. Like I told you last year around January, my whole attitude changed. It took a little while. But
I've never seen nothing like it before, Ox. Ox packed all his bags and moved to New York. He was in.
I never have ever been convinced that I can't ever remember a time where I was over here and the next day I was here. Like, nope, that's the dude right there. I would put Jalen Brunson on the court with anybody and say, let's go band for band right now. And I'll put the whole crib on Jalen Brunson.
The Knicks averaged 15 offensive rebounds a game against Boston this past season.
How many of them were Josh Hart's?
I'm not bothered to look that up. But like, Boston are a really good rebounding team against the league. And a lot of the reason is because teams don't crash the offensive glass against Boston because of the threat of transition. The Knicks don't seem to be afraid of that threat. And that's why they get 15 offensive rebounds a game. 15 offensive rebounds is a lot of extra possessions. So I think that's going to be the game plan. I'm not saying it's going to work, because if I remember correctly, I can't. Let me find what the Knicks record was against Boston this past season.
They only beat them once.
1-4. Okay, so yeah. So like, I'm not saying it's going to work, but I do think that's going to be part of the plan. So that's where I'm at with it. I think that's what they're going to try and do. The Celtics, if I remember, I just looked. I think they got about 7 or something, so half as many offensive rebounds against. Yeah.
I know one thing. I'm excited about just this division in whole. Obviously excited about the Knicks and the Celtics. Those are going to be major games. And then either of those two teams against Philly, I'm gonna be. Those are popcorn games right there. Absolutely. So should be interesting. It should be fun with the division and just the East in totality. So we'll see. But the chat, you guys gave the Knicks an A. Everybody up here gave the Knicks an A. So shout out to the Knicks for doing what they need to do this offseason. Next, we are going to move down south to New Orleans and see what the Pelicans did. They lost Larry Nance. They lost Jonas Valanciunas. They lost Najee Marshall. They lost Dyson Daniels. And they lost Cody Zeller. Those are some big losses, y'all.
Except Cody Zeller, yeah.
You could have stopped after the third one. You didn't have to go. You didn't have to go any further on after the third one. You could have stopped
after Najee.
After Najee, you could have stopped after. Nope, you could have stopped after Najee. I mean, I understand losing Dyson Daniels was a big deal, but you could have stopped after losing Najee, because he brought that element that they didn't have. That D&3 guy. D&3 guys, I realized the more I watched the game how huge they are. I can't. When you think about D&3 guys, like think about what Derek Jones Jr. brought to the Dallas Mavericks, how big of a deal he was. If he could knock down a three more regularly, how much better they would have been. So now you bring over Najee Marshall, who he's not as good an athlete as Derek Jones Jr. He is a better shooter, And I do think he's a better defender. I think he's more physical, and I think he's more durable. So with that being said, you bring him over, he makes them even more viable as a DM3 guy. For the New Orleans Pelicans to lose their best dirty work guy in Larry Nance, not only lose their best dirty work guy, lose one of their better perimeter defenders, even though they still got hurt, to lose one of their better perimeter defenders, and to lose their 5-man and not supplement that. So now you're going to stick with Zion, who has shown us over the course of the last 4 years that he can't hold up physically. You already have put Brandon Ingram on a trade block. Now you're going to supplement all of that with DeJounte Murray. Mars, I don't got them making the playoffs this year. I do not have New Orleans making the playoffs this year. I don't. And I know how afraid of them you are, Ox. That's a huge hole. Rebounding, their ability to defend consistently. I know how good Herb is as a defender, but those other dirty work guys are going to be sorely missed. Especially in that nightmare of a Western Conference, that 48 games, you might miss the playoffs winning 48 games. I don't have them making the playoffs this year. I don't.
I don't know about not making the playoffs. They're a little less dangerous this year than they were last year, I think. Losing Larry and J-Val, I think is big.
And Cody Zeller.
Cody Zeller too, right. And I like Daniel Tice. I think I like Daniel Tice more than I should. If this was Boston version of Daniel Tice, then it would be like, okay, they might be all right, but they got to do something about that. They definitely have to do something about that to be able to make a serious run. But I still think they're a really good team. I really like DeJounte. I think they could work it out. I don't know how. I'm not sure. I don't got all the answers, you know what I'm saying? But I do think that they'll be okay. They got enough pieces to make something happen. If that means waiting for the trade deadline and maybe moving off of CJ, I would hate for them to move off of BI, but if they have to, you know what I'm saying? If they can just shore up that roster in those holes at the 4 and the 5, man, I think they'll be okay. I think they got all the pieces they need to make something happen this year, though. And I'm just not going to sleep on them.
Would you hate that, Ox? Because I know how you feel about New Orleans. Would you hate it if they moved off of CJ? Would you hate it if they moved off of BI?
I would especially hate it if they moved off of BI. I think they might need to move off of CJ, but I would hate to. Well, and on top of that, chill. I'm a fan of basketball, right. So while obviously I want the beam to light always, I'm you know what I'm saying, I'm with good teams being put together and not broken up. You know what I'm saying? Right. I like to see good basketball. I like to see good teams. I don't want a good thing to get split up before we can see it at its full potential. And I think New Orleans had a lot of action, and I would hate for it to be squandered because they don't want BI to ask for too much in this contract, or certain things like that I think could be worked out.
I'm almost positive they're gonna move Ingram. Well, I'm not Ingram. I'm saying I'm almost positive this team's gonna make a big move, because it's like even younger guys that you didn't mention, Ox. Like, we obviously know about Brandon Ingram, we know about Zion, we know about CJ, but Trey Murphy III, because to me he's their secret weapon. To me, he makes any of these guys expendable except for Zion. I don't think they should come off Zion, but to me, Trey Murphy is that good. And then they got Herb Jones, obviously. They still got Jordan Hawkins. They got Jose. You guys know how I feel about Jose. So those are all the guys that they have right now, just under contract. And then
so you don't see this unit staying together, Ron. You don't see this unit staying together.
It's too many 2s, 3s, and 4s. Like, I think that it would make sense for them to get off somebody to go get somebody bigger, or just to go get a bigger name. And I'm like, you could package up Brandon, and let's say they probably wouldn't come off him. I'm just making an example. You could pack up Ingram and Herb and go get something substantial. You can pack up CJ and Trey Murphy and go get something substantial.
Brandon and Herb, I know you said, but you said it anyway. So it's if you package them up, who you going to get?
Well, that's what I'm saying. They got it. They got a candidate. Right? They should go get somebody.
Giannis got to going to get Giannis.
Because think about it. So let's say that they do come off Ingram and they do come off Herb. You still got DeJounte. You still got CJ. You still got Zion. So you still got big. I'm just saying that they could get creative and go get something crazy. I'm not saying that those are the two guys that need to be traded. And I'm not even saying that they're the guys that will be traded. I'm just saying that they have pieces over there. They have talent, and they can get rid of certain guys and still have talent. So they have a lot to work with.
Which would explain, Ron, why they get an F this season, because they didn't do those things this offseason. They went the other. They went the other way. Well, why do we have to? But that's the problem, though, Mars. I mean, they were in the play-in tournament. So why do we have Zion ended up getting hurt? Why do we have to wait to see how bad we're going to be to move off of some of these guys? I mean, is Zion good enough as the lead dog? Is he good enough to get them to the playoffs?
This skinny Zion, that's why I'm not giving them an F. Zion in shape automatically elevates you. That's an off-season addition. I'm not gonna lie. Zion in shape, that's an off-season addition. So they're not getting an F just off the strength of that. Everything else has been horrible for them, but that's an A+.
That's because y'all don't like DeJounte.
I've made it clear. I'm snoring on DeJounte. I'm in a coma on DeJounte. You're not waking me up.
DeJounte, I can't wait to see this lineup of DeJounte, Herb, Trey, and Brandon Ingram. Yep. That you know what? All those guys defend. All of those guys are long. All of those guys are wiry. All of those guys run the floor.
Defense.
The moment you say DeJounte can defend, it's like you ain't watched the Hawks in 2 years because he hasn't defended for 2 years. Like,
Ron, you're a Trey Young dude.
Like,
so
the
how
only
you not
explanation I would
watching
hear
him?
is if you think the only explanation I would hear is like he can get back to when he used to defend. But if you're gonna tell me he's been defending for 2 years, you're lying. He hasn't played defense for 2 years.
Okay, so here's the thing. DeJounte 100% has the capability to defend.
So does
I'm okay. We talk about,
but it's different when you're playing defense with Bogey and Trey.
Exactly.
So that's why I said that's the only explanation out here is like he's been in a bad situation, so he hasn't defended. Like if that's the logic you're going with, I understand your rationale. I just don't agree with you. But I understand if you're gonna say he can get back to when he used to defend, I guess. But if you're saying he's been defending, then no, he hasn't. He just hasn't.
He doesn't even have to get back to that level. He just gotta step it up and just give a little more effort. And if that's the case, they'll be perfectly fine. He's an upgrade from CJ.
But CJ's still there.
Well, yeah, but I'm saying like on the wing.
Yeah,
I mean, they do have other
CJ. Yes, they need to get off one of them, but I would get off CJ before I get off
CJ for sure. But then I mean, also
I've been trying to get off CJ for over a year. So
yeah, but there's also the thing of I'm playing defense, but I got these dudes with me that are making it look like I'm not playing defense.
But that's not what's happening.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I know. We had this conversation already, Mars. I know. We've talked about this. We've talked about this.
But shout out to DeJounte, man. But he's better than
so
CJ.
Stop saying that, Ron.
What?
Yeah,
the defense.
He is a good defender, Chill.
I ain't gonna argue that.
He's capable of being a good defender as of he was 3 years ago. So maybe he can get back to it. He hasn't been one.
It's the Trey Young effect. Man.
He ain't in the passing lanes like
he wasn't a good defender when Trey was hurt.
No.
It's the aura of Trey Young.
Oh my God. Okay. The aura of Trey Young. Okay. Never mind. But I would go off CJ, absolutely. I just don't. Now with DeJounte, I think he's even more expendable. Mm-hmm. But if I'm New Orleans, there's only two guys who personally I'm like, no one's coming near, and that's Zion and Herb. Everyone else, I would listen to offers. See, if someone comes in for Brandon Ingram and it makes sense, I would do it. If someone comes in for CJ, I would do it. If someone for some reason came in for DeJounte after he just got moved, I would listen. Zion and Herb are the only ones who I think you have to keep. Zion looks, if Zion is back in like major shape, that's one of the most dangerous players in the league. Just having that alone makes you a dangerous offense. So putting stuff around him, I think, can be done, but they need a big, in my opinion. That's the major hole that I think they're lacking. And I'm very high on Dyson. So them losing Dyson and Najee on the wing, I think is horrible for them. So I think they've ultimately gotten worse, but I think they have the pieces to potentially get better. But as of today, I would give them like a C- or a D+. I
was thinking a C too. I'm with you on Dyson. I'm hate to lose a guy like Dyson. Not so much for Najee. Like I'm not so much for Najee. I think he's one of those guys where we can find another one.
Maybe they can, but they haven't yet. But maybe they can.
Well, I mean, just by playing Trey and Herb and those guys a little more, I don't think they're gonna miss Najee at all.
Oh, a Trey Murphy jump. Yeah, that's also something that I can buy into. I would try not move off Trey too. I would like to keep Trey. Trey, Herb, and Zion would be like my.
I was about to say, Mars. I noticed you didn't mention Trey. I thought you did that on purpose. Like Trey's name was going to come up.
No. Oh, okay, no, but he slipped my mind. I would keep Trey too if I could. So Trey, Herb, and Zion would be my three.
I'm telling y'all,
Hey,
Trey
Herb's
really
your
the
two
secret
eyes.
weapon over here. Trey to me makes almost anybody expendable. That's how high I am on Trey. Like Brett, I'm not mad at Brandon Ingram going because I know I have Trey Murphy right here.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know he was 6'10". I didn't know he was that big.
Them dudes are huge over there.
More like 6'8".
I did.
Maybe he got long arms though. But yeah,
like Trey and Herb are crazy. Like those are big, long, athletic.
And Trey got range.
I'm actually trying to come off of Brandon Ingram to get Trey to get Trey more minutes and to just get a big man too.
It's got to be a hell of a big, Ryan.
Well, I'm like, so obviously you like depth and you like all of that. I'm like, at this point, just with the guys that we have, I'm trying to go DeJounte, Herb, Trey, Zion, and then get a nice good big in there. CJ's not going to want to come off the bench. Zion or Ingram's not going to want to take a step back. I'm actively trying to package both of those two, or send them both elsewhere and go get some more bench pieces, and then go get a real legit big. Robert,
would you go for DeAndre Ayton?
I'm not.
I wouldn't be mad at that.
I would.
I would
go for DeAndre more than Rob because I can't come off a BI for a guy that's injury prone as Robert Williams. There's no way I can trade Brandon Ingram for a guy that I can't trust that'll play enough minutes. Now a guy like DeAndre Ayton, I could see that happening.
And for a little bit of money too. He's not high priced like all of these other bigs are. You get them for a little bit of money.
Look at Luncho spitting in the chat right now. Jared Allen move would be fire. Like,
yeah, but they just extended him, so I don't think that's why I didn't bring him up.
Is Nicholas Claxton on that in this?
They just extended him too, but you know, if Brooklyn are too good, maybe they were like, yeah, let's pack up Claxton. But I don't think they would do that for Ingram. Maybe CJ, because Ingram would probably win them too many games.
Yeah,
CJ for Claxton, maybe like mid-season or something, if the Nets are a bit too good.
CJ go out to Brooklyn by himself and go ballistic. It'd be the CJ and Cam show.
But how many years CJ got left?
I would watch 2 games, Ron. I would like it'd be fire, but I couldn't watch that.
Yeah.
Oh, CJ got 2 seasons left. That's gonna be hard to move. I ain't gonna lie. Shout out to CJ though.
All right, we are going to keep it moving, and this team was in the conference finals, and it's another young team as well. We're talking about the Minnesota Timberwolves. They had one free agent who they got in the latter part of the season. He didn't really play too much, but TJ Warren. They also lost Kyle Anderson. They lost Monty Morris. They lost Wendell Moore, and they lost Jordan McCaughlin. Who'd they get? Well, they drafted Rob Dillingham. They drafted Terrence Shannon. They drafted Jesse Edwards. And they also signed a nice vet, Joe Ingles. You guys talk to me. Oh, and they also re-signed Luka Garza and Deshaun Nix. But you guys talk to me about how you feel about the Minnesota Timberwolves offseason thus far.
I dig Luka. I dig Luka. If he could,
Luka Doncic?
No.
The better Luka. Yeah, the better Luka. Yeah.
Oh, he could have been Luka Semantic too.
I'm trying to make sense in why. I know he doesn't defend. I do know
that's why. That's it. That's why.
Because I'm trying to put my finger on, like, we can't find no minutes for this dude, none. Because is he that much of a deficiency on defense? Because I watch him offensively, and we could get something. There is something there. There's clearly something there, but the gap defensively, he just looks lost a lot of times on defense. Even when he's playing in blowouts, right? Even when he's playing in blowouts, he gets his head turned. He doesn't know how to anticipate screens. He doesn't know how to fight over screens. He actually looks slow when he's doing that. When I know he's a better athlete than that, I feel like he should be better than what he is on that crew in particular. But I dig what Minnesota did off the strength, Ron, of one thing. We ain't that far away. Run it back. This isn't the 21 Atlanta Hawks. This isn't the 19 Portland Trailblazers where they just run it back and everybody else got better. We already right there. This wasn't one of those times where the window was only open. No, we got everything necessary. Rudy is in his prime. Cat's still in his prime. Not only is Cat and Rudy still in their prime, Anthony Edwards is getting to his prime. He ain't there yet. We got this young kid in Dillingham coming up. Mike Conley is still a very good point guard. Jaden McDaniels, these guys just got to get better. More than anything, there isn't any addition that we need. These guys just got to get better. That includes Anthony Edwards. I like what they did in the offseason.
So what would you give him a grade? Or what grade would you give him?
A B.
B?
Yep.
Okay. Yo, what's good, J-Rob?
Nephew, what up? Nephew,
what up?
up?
What's good, y'all? What's good? How y'all doing? Y'all good?
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Chilling. Word. What's the word?
We running through all the teams right now, giving them grades based on their offseason. And we are with the Minnesota Timberwolves right now. I know they got somebody that you're very high on. They drafted somebody out of Kentucky. But
go ahead. My bad.
No, you got it.
So I'm giving them a grade. If I were to give them a grade, I'm gonna just be honest. Like, obviously, most people know I love the Rob Dillingham pick. I mean, he was one of my favorite players, if not my favorite player from this year's draft. I think he provides.
Wait, J-Rob, before we go any further, why was he your favorite player from the draft? Does this help? I just want to make sure.
What did I tell?
What
did I tell Mars? Mars, do you remember what I said in the Discord? I said if any version of Trae Young, Kyrie Irving, Steph Curry, Darius Garland, if that's in the draft, go grab it. If that could be the ceiling, go get that guy. So
right.
I'm just really high on his offensive potential. I think he fills a need that the Minnesota Timberwolves lacked in last season's playoffs. I think you hit it on the nose, Unc, when you talked about the fact that they have a lot of the things they already need in terms of defense. You have your franchise cornerstone. Defensively, they have everything they need as well. I think scoring has really been their biggest issue. And I think when you add Rob Dillingham and then Terrence Shannon Jr., who I think really might be as much as I love Rob, could be the real winner of the offseason. I think they did a good job. I'll definitely give it and then you have, and then shout out to creative player, then you add a Mike Conley with these young guards who has the veteran experience, who has the playoff experience. So when you have a mentor, SGA talks about Chris Paul's impact on his development as a basketball player, and you have seen how that has carried him so far into his career. And I think Mike Conley can kind of replicate the same thing for Rob Dillingham, for Terrence Shannon Jr. So if I were to grade it, I'll give it an A- just for the fact that they are legitimately addressing an issue that I think that was glaring during the postseason for them.
For the record, J-Rob brought up everything except one thing. The reason why he dig Rob Dillingham is because he went to UConn. Okay.
No, he went to Kentucky.
Who went to UConn? What am I thinking about?
You think about Stephon Castle.
You think about
That's what I'm thinking about. That's what I'm thinking about.
That was J-Rob's other guy.
That's his man.
And I'm gonna lie.
That's his man.
Stephon Castle, I said should have been the number one pick in the draft.
Yeah, I remember you said that.
Yeah, we're talking about Castle should be a top 3 pick.
I said he should be the number 1 pick. I said he should be the number 1
wait a minute. Okay. That was the
Stephon
one.
Castle was my projected number 1 pick.
He was definitely higher on Castle than he was on Dillingham.
Yeah, I mean, let me ask y'all this. If y'all see a player in the draft that could be Drew Holiday on the defensive side of the ball, but with more offensive upside, can that not be a number 1 pick in the draft? That not number 1 potential?
It depends who's in the drafts, because you ain't taking him number 1 last
This class.
Yeah, you ain't taking him number 1 last
this class. Like, if Cooper Flag is there.
Am I fired, Mars, if I pass on Wemby?
Yeah. Drew Holiday with Bell, offense over Wemby? Oh my God.
You're crazy. You'll lose your job.
Get out.
You're fired. You're fired. I'm talking about this draft class. This draft class, he should have went number 1. But I'm high as hell on Stephon Castle. I think he's gonna do wonders in San Antonio. I think it's a perfect fit.
Yo, we gonna bring it back to Minnesota though. And J-Rob, you touched on some of the things why I'm high on Minnesota, because, and I don't necessarily think it applies this season, but more so what they did in the future. I think they have. I give them a good grade based on you got your future point guard, who you get to put under Mike Conley for maybe 2 seasons, but at least a season. He gets to, he gets to play under Mike Conley, learn a lot of things. Same thing with Terrence Shannon Jr. Now he gets to come, he gets to learn a little bit of something from Mike Conley.
Right.
He gets to learn from, some of their other wings that they got, guys that are similar in what they do, like Nikhil. He gets to learn from Jaden, Anthony Edwards. These are guys that play defense and are good offensively too, and very athletic. And then on top of that, you bring in another vet like Joe Ingles to really, bring some more a veteran presence in the locker room, bring some mentorship, a guy that is, just been a vet and been all over the place and got something to teach. I think that they did good in terms of getting these 2 young guys and then bringing on another vet. And I think that bodes well for them going into the future. In terms of right now, if I was to grade them off the moves that they made going into next season, it probably would only be a C. But in terms of the future, I would definitely give them an A.
Yeah, I like it. I like the move a lot. I like the decisions made. And also, too, Ron, honestly, Mike Conley over the years could really just go to the bench and still be on that team. You know what I'm saying? Could be a galvanizer for them. You just need a veteran presence.
When would Rob be ready to put Mike on the bench? Next season,
I mean, it's really based on his progress. Because I think, the kid to me got a lot of juice. Hold on, y'all. Hold on. Go ahead. I'll be right back.
Yeah, I don't know, because that's my thing. I would like. I think they did a good job getting Rob, because then when he's ready, Ant will probably be at that point where he's in his, I don't know, maybe peak prime, ready to actually start winning. And now you got a young gun like Rob to come and accelerate that and amp that up and speed it up a little bit. I don't think Rob will ever put Mike on the bench. I think when it's time for him to be there, it's going to be time for Mike to go. But
go ahead, Ox. Keep going.
Oh yeah, I was just saying, like, I was impressed with what Mike Conley did this year. I wasn't expecting him to be able to still produce at that level, but I don't know how long that's going to last. I think that this might be his last year, and I don't see Rob starting this year. But maybe next season I could see where that transition starts to happen.
I will say this though, he's a horrible defender right now.
See, and that's the problem.
I'm gonna keep it a beam. I'm gonna just be honest about my dog. He's a horrible defender.
It's stuff like that right there. Like when y'all talk about dudes like Rob Dillingham and guys like that, I don't have a problem with these dudes playing immediately when you getting on teams that's developing. Minnesota's at the doorstep. So if Minnesota being at the doorstep, they need somebody. If Rob Dillingham's going to be that guy, he can't have that big of a hole. Me and Mars just talked about it. Luka already has that hole. Now I got 2 guys that have a huge hole in defending, and now you want me to put a kid over Mike Conley, who's one of the steadiest point guards in the game even today, just because you like Rob Dillingham? Hell no, we're not doing that. Absolutely not. That doesn't mean that I don't want Rob Dillingham to be awesome, because I do think he's going to be that. I just don't want to jump the gun on him. That's all.
Yeah, I do. I will say this. When he was in the draft, and I want to say it was either the day before the draft or like the pregame before it started, he did say that he has to improve his defense. So I think one of the good things about hearing that, if I'm a general manager, is that he's aware of his flaw. And I think when a team like the Minnesota Timberwolves, who do have a defensive identity, and you have the Mike Conleys, I think you'll be able to. He's never going to be an all-world defender, never. He's only 6'2". He's not the longest guy, so ultimately, we're not going to expect him to be, prime Chris Paul, prime, But as long as he's serviceable and the offensive translation is there, I think he'll be fine. But I don't like when Ox asked earlier, like when does he move? When does he move Mike Conley to the bench? And that's just purely dependent on his development. But he very much, with the spacing in the NBA, his offensive upside very much could make it hard for the coach to not give him significant minutes if he's able to translate to the NBA at that level.
If it's one team just kind of moving into the future that can deal with the point guard with defensive liabilities, I would assume this is one of those teams.
Just the team.
I mean, you got the Magic as well, but I'm like, you still got Anthony Edwards as long as he's playing defense at a high level. You got J-Mac. You got Nas, you got Rudy, and Rudy is a little older too, but you got Rudy for maybe 3 more seasons. So I'm saying, like, they have guys that can protect them.
Yeah. I think you can hide some of it as
they
long as he
go?
just gives the effort. Yeah, as long as he gives the effort. Again, one of my biggest things with defense is like some of it is just effort. Like you're not going to beat biology and science, but if you can just work hard, then you'll be all right.
Now, when you're talking about protecting him, which you definitely need that, but there has to be something to supplement that. Like for example, with Damian Lillard, like if Dame was on this crew, that would be great because they do have perimeter defenders to protect him. But Dame can score, right? So with Dame being able to score, that would make them so much more viable, and they can protect him in a way that Milwaukee can't. I mean, we don't know who Dillingham is.
Chill, Rob can go. That's
He
all
could
I
go.
know.
Yeah.
That's all I know.
Don't get me wrong.
He can go.
First of all, he wasn't even it was supposed to be Wagner, only except Dillingham was the one who came in and said, "This is my run. This ain't your run.
Yeah.
This is my run." And he turned out to be a lot better than all of us thought he was going to be. I'm not arguing that. I would not argue that. I'm just looking at what he is right now. I don't want to rush this kid. I don't.
You know what else is interesting too, though? When John Calipari was talking about Rob, and this is why I say this kid might be just that good. He could be that good. Is when he talked about Kentucky has had a slew of NBA guards have a lot of success in the NBA over the last decade, and he talked a lot about how some of his past players, the Jamal Murrays, the SGAs, the De'Aaron Foxes would hit up John Calipari and be like, "Yo, y'all, you just letting this kid go? Yeah, you used to bench us and tailor us back, and Rob just got the green light. They got Rob Dillingham that type of green light. So this is to me like a team like Kentucky that's had a lot of phenomenal guards in the NBA. If this was the kid that got the different rule than the other guards that were under his tutelage, I mean, I think that says something about what he could be. I really do.
It wasn't just him, too. Well, we'll get to the Rockets, but
oh yeah, and Reed, the two lowest ranked members of that draft of that class. By the way,
I'm not gonna lie, yo. That was the best show on hardwood last year in college. Them two, that was crazy. But
yeah, they were electric.
All right, y'all. We are going to make a slight transition. J-Rob, I'm glad you're here. Are you have you been following the PCL?
The PCL, honestly, I have not been, but all I seen that Mars was at the top, so I'm assuming that's bias and overration. I had to put it out there. I put it in a tweet. I looked at the rankings. I seen Mars at the top. I said, "Is this tampering? Is this collusion?"
Oh yeah, you haven't.
Are we
exactly.
Are we overrating Mars? But I'm gonna tap in.
I'm gonna put this on the screen though. This is what we're looking at right now with the PCL. We got Mars at the top, and he will be going against Jack Cody in the first round. We got Dion from Ohio second. He'll be going against MTL. We'll see MTL later this week in a couple days. You got Big Ox versus Gifted, 3 of 14 seed. You got Swiper, who's a 4 seed against 13 seeded ZZ. Y'all know Chilltown Hoops. He's a 5th seed. He will be going against a tough matchup in OG the Beast at 12. Then you got Penn at 6 going against Hayes at 11. Elder Rufus at 7 against John D at 10. And last but not least, you got Pirate at 8 versus Casual. That'd be a good matchup too. J-Rob.
Mm-hmm.
Can I get your top 3 seeds to win this whole thing?
Yo, can I look at it again?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. All right. I'm going Jack Cody first.
Keep spitting.
I'm going
J-Rob.
I'm going Gifted.
Keep going, J-Rob.
I'm going Gifted. Who's the other one? Who the other one? And give me OG the Beast.
Those are dumb picks right there, man. Those are good picks.
Now, all jokes aside, though, if I'm without joking, if I was really going to gamble on this, oh man. See, the thing is, I think Ox is on a real run right now with this internet shit. So I think he's going to have a lot of aura going into some of these matchups. I think he brings a lot to the table. I give him a good shot. Obviously, Mars is going to be, he's the number 1 seed for a reason. He's obviously done what he's had to done. He's been cooking. You got to give credit where credit is due.
Oh man, those are just fan votes.
No, I'm not doing fan.
That's not the
Chill,
real
let me
live
finish.
judges.
Let me finish.
But J-Rob, it's not the real live judges that are going to be here in the PCL.
I know. He's doing good though. He earned the #1 seed. You got to do work to get a #1 seed. You got to deserve it. It's not easy to get a #1 seed. I got to give him the credit. Or you could be in the SEC. He might have been in the best league. True. But I'm gonna be honest.
The worst conference.
But I'm gonna be honest. You know, I think my uncle got a good shot to take this thing over. I like his seeding too, because when you're in that middle of the pack seed, you kind of come out of obscurity. You know what I'm saying? It don't put too much pressure on Unc. He could low-key climb, find his way in the championship. And I think, you know, Unc's been a competitor his whole life. Division I basketball player, been all around the world. He's ready for whatever's thrown his way. So I might give. I'm kind of. Can I be undecided? Can I be undecided?
That's cool. I get what you're saying. Basically, what you're saying is,
these my dogs. They all got a lot to bring to the table. The questions are going to matter. The topics are going to matter. A lot of that. So it's like, you know, I give all my dogs a real shot at this thing.
Okay.
Bro, did I lose
these are my three. These right here. These are my three favorites. The guys up here. These are my three favorites.
Did you lose the Dion?
Did I lose the Dion?
Yeah.
There's nothing for me to say, man.
I'm asking. I don't know. I didn't see the votes. Did I lose to him? Yes or no?
Dion is a #2 seed,
okay.
And you are a #5 seed.
I wasn't sure if I lost.
If anybody's in my Discord, in the By Any Means Discord, send me some film. Send me some film, chat. Send me some film.
Well, on the kid from Ohio?
Huh?
On the kid from Ohio?
Yeah, nah, just send me some film from the PCL. Yeah, send me some film. Send me some film.
All right, y'all. Well, as you know, the PCL is an NBA debate league with 16 of the best debaters on the planet, and they are all now in the playoffs, coming for this belt in $1,000 cash prize. It will start next week. The playoffs will. September 4th. You guys be sure to tap in. Also, September 8th. So it will be 4 matchups on September 4th. Then it will be 4 more matchups on September 8th. That will be for the round of 16. And then we'll continue to move along throughout the playoffs in September. So this should be very interesting. All the Wednesday guys, you guys will get your topics today. Sunday guys, you guys get your topics shortly. And it's going to be madness. It's going to be fun. All right, y'all. This is the time for you guys to like the video if you haven't liked the video. It's the time for you to subscribe if you haven't subscribed. It's the time for you to become a member if you haven't become a member. And it's also the time for us to acknowledge our highest members, which is those that are in the Hall of Fame tier. Let me give a good shout out to my man Dorian Clayton, our longest tenured Hall of Famer for 24 months or 21 months. Jeez. Shout out Dorian Clayton, man. He's been holding it down for a very, very, very long time. And then you got Cobra Son of Raditz. You got Multi Kenny, Kendall Daniels, Arch, and Jerryality. Shout out to all 6 of those guys. Also, too, you guys do know Friday's a couple days away. One of the perks of being a Hall of Fame member is you get to come up for Hall of Fame Friday. So I think we'll see one of these guys this Friday. But we'll just have to see. In the meantime, fellas, I got a couple super chats and I got a couple new members as well. JB Parisian became a YouTube member today. Big ups to him. DeMontre Bell. Shout out to Mr. Bell. You became a YouTube member today, too. Big ups to both of you guys. Appreciate you for joining the PC family. And I got a super chat from DeSarmo. He said, Ron, pull up that new Jordan shoot video. Paulo towers over JT, and Paulo measured 6'10" in shoes. Can Chill stop calling his man crush 6'10" now?
What?
Maybe Paulo's taller.
Didn't I say he was 6'10"?
Yeah, but
what am I missing?
He said if Paulo's 6'10" and he's clearly taller than Jason Tatum, how is Jason Tatum also 6'10"? That's what he's asking.
Did I say Jason Tatum was 6'10"? I said he was 6'9". I don't remember saying he was 6'10". So,
well, here's the video nonetheless. This is them in Shanghai. Yo, Ox, this looks very familiar. In Shanghai at the Bun doing a Jordan video shoot. Check this out, y'all.
They talking about go to Zion.
Yo, no,
Can we not get copyrighted with this music, please?
Hey.
Oh yeah, mute it, please.
Yeah, can we please not get copyrighted? Thank you.
But Mars, there really ain't no friends in this industry, though.
Okay,
Right?
okay, Zion.
Right, Ox?
Yeah,
okay, Zion.
Never mind,
Okay,
never
Zion.
mind.
Yeah. Okay.
But then he comes into the season at 350 pounds.
Chill, Mars. You gotta be optimistic.
Yeah. He looks great.
He look good right now. He look good.
He looks great. Yes, he does.
Yeah,
Can he hold up is the $1 million question.
Yes.
I mean, if he in shape like that, yeah.
Can he hold
It's crazy.
up?
He clearly the smallest out of all of them in terms
Facts.
of it's crazy.
And most athletic in the freak.
Just the most imposing in general.
Yeah,
Freak crazy.
So what stood out the most?
They just did a photo shoot on at the bun.
Yeah,
That was cool, actually.
That was fire.
That was pretty cool.
But what stands out the most to you guys in this?
Skinny Zion.
Skinny Zion.
Zion, yeah.
I
Zion.
didn't even know Paolo was a Jordan athlete, to be honest. So that was
I knew that. Yeah,
I didn't know that. So nice, but Skinny Zion.
Yeah, Skinny Zion. I mean, you know what's crazy? Zion is funny because I think some people would probably say, would try to, because I don't think you have an argument, would try to argue that he's a bust because of his, injury history and things like that. But when he's healthy, his numbers do not show.
When has he been that though, J-Rob? That's the question. We're going into year 5 now. When has he been that?
I mean, this regular season, he got lucky at the end. He got lucky at the end. Like this season, he was relatively healthy. Like it was good to see that. And so I'm gonna be honest, I like Zion still. Yeah, I like Zion, bro. If he could if like him losing weight, if he stays healthy, stays in shape, body strong, I mean, listen, man, he should be a 2-time All-Star. And listen, Zion, I don't know, like outside of him being hurt, he's a dominant player.
They did what Ox said. Ox, to be honest with you, I think they shut down. I think they turned his water off in New Orleans. Like, if you see this dude, don't let him in here. Do not let him in. That's
what she had to do. What the owner? I know she called every restaurant like, yo, if you come in here trying to order gumbo, trying to get beignets at midnight, no. Nope. And if I find out that y'all was serving them beignets past, you know what I'm saying? It's on. Like, we shut you down.
Yo, Ox, you know how at pro teams be having like, if we hit this number, everybody gets free Wendy's.
Yeah.
No, none of that in New Orleans. Those are not even an option.
Nope.
Not
110, everybody get fries. Nope. No, we ain't doing that around here.
You're not doing that.
Well, hold on. No, with that being said, if you do offer the boy free fries with some chili on top or whatever the case may be, they may win 60 games.
What's the name of the arena? Smoothie King? You get Smoothie King. You get Smoothie King.
No, he can't go to Smoothie King. There's too much sugar in that. They're like, no, you go to Nectar and get that juice. And that's it. I bet not see you at Smoothie King.
Word. But it's good to see him in shape though. It looks like he lost some weight.
Yeah, sure. I do want to ask you guys too. What is the team with Paulo, JT, Luka, and Zion do?
Well, they only have 4 players, so they probably lose every game.
Can you fill out the roster?
Like, with
Johnny Davis,
with anybody on the team at this point.
Yeah, you put
get him a center.
Johnny Davis, Killian Hayes, and Bobo.
Excuse me.
Oh, yeah,
Bobo. Oh, that's a great addition, Bobo.
It's a good team. I mean,
yeah, they probably like a 500 team.
Facts.
Yeah,
I don't like the 3 players you just said. Get him a center.
Yeah, you give a team Johnny Davis and Killian Hayes, they don't win it much.
Facts. Killian Hayes, Jesus.
It's a good first 4 though. It's a good first 4, but
they got a center. Zion.
That team's winning.
Zion's at the 5. I mean,
can I just get a center? Can I get Steven Adams as my center?
No, why are you taking it from Houston? Chill out.
No, I'm just saying for the hypothetical team.
Take a different player.
My bad. He got Hall of Fame brick wall badge, bro. He got Hall of Fame brick wall, bro. So
keep Valanciunas over there. They win.
Screen's about to be cooking.
Nah, you can give them Valanciunas. I mean, I guess they running a 5-man rotation. They're gonna lose, but I guess
that's tough.
All right, y'all. The next super chat I got is from Sharky Hill. Sharky said, "Seen the Bede versus JT. MB bad crazy. Cool seeing it. You guys seen this? And I think it was from a couple years ago too.
It's a while back, like 2020. But
them playing one-on-one?
Yeah.
They're playing one-on-one like in
That's
2020, yes. Yeah.
People don't want to see Embiid in ones, man.
And this is a little bit ago.
hell
I'm gonna
no.
go ahead and put this on the screen.
This was baby JT though.
It's baby Embiid.
Joel.
He's just bigger than everyone.
Nah, but I ain't gonna lie. JT arms looking a little extra skinny right now in this video.
This was
And go
when
look at
JT was
Embiid
still
now.
soft.
Yeah, I want to say this at 19, maybe 19.
Yeah.
Before the 2020.
Why he fall like that after that layup?
Because we trying to get to the line. We do this.
Why he trying to
Look, we foul baiting. Look, we foul baiting.
One fouling one.
Yeah, we working on our game.
This is when Jason Tatum actually had a mid-range game.
This was tough.
That's cash. Yeah.
Hey, Rob, that look like me and you.
That's it's too small for me. I'm just bigger than you. That's all that is. I'm just bigger than you. No. I'm just bigger than you.
Yeah, I don't know what you meant to do.
I'm just bigger than you, and ain't really nothing that you can. I can do everything that I can offensively, and then I can do what I can to keep you in front of me. But when he going downhill, I can't do nothing about that. I'm just
That's
bigger.
what I'm saying. I don't know many people in the league that beating Embiid in ones consistently.
I agree with that.
Like even if he goes down like 3-0, all of a sudden he just decides, okay, I'm gonna start shooting jumpers. Like you're not gonna stop him from getting to the rim. Like he's too big, he's too strong. That's why it's hard to beat Joel. That's why I got that.
Because he got that mid range, but just watching him one-on-one getting downhill, and Jason Tatum ain't a small dude, he's 6'9", right? So it's not like Jason Tatum is a small dude, he's 6'9", and he's basically bullying him, getting downhill. He can do that to a lot of people. He can. It's not just Jason Tatum. He can do that to just about anybody.
And he's still foul baiting, so
He could do that to somebody who's the same height as him. He could do that to another 7-footer. You know what I'm saying?
I saw him put 70 on Wemby. I saw him do that. Yes, he did.
Not my young,
yeah.
not the young phenom.
Yeah, I seen Sengun give him 45. So
Yes, he did.
We do this.
Couple welcome to the league moments. Shout out
we do
Wemby.
this, bro. We do this.
Baby goat.
Alan L says, shout out to Mars and Chill, most unbeatable duo.
Oh yeah, we beat Let's Keep It a Buck yesterday. Badly. That was fun.
You guys smoked them?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like y'all kicked their teeth in?
Yes. Mars won't say it. I'll say it. Yes. It was an ass.
We won convincingly.
Mars won't say it. Ron, it was this. It was
belt to head.
That's what it was. Yes.
Did y'all whip him with the PCL belt?
Get your ass up. Yes, that's exactly what it was.
Hold on. Who was it? You. Who was it?
Me and Chill versus Domo and B Souls.
I did see that on the internet. Lo looked very disappointed.
He wasn't happy on PC one.
Yeah, he was disappointed.
We do this, man. We do this.
Oh well, brother.
That's what we do.
Shit, who was it that we got at? We got it. I was pick a side, right?
Yes, that was pick a side. We got them too. Yes, we did.
We running the table.
Sorry.
I wonder who's next.
They didn't want to invite you on there up there.
I was on the last. I was on the last one. Me and Chill did our thing already. You know
Okay.
You gonna be on the next one after you win the PCL?
The next one. The way my schedule's set up, bro.
I don't know if he invited anymore.
I ain't gonna lie.
I don't know if he's invited anymore.
I'm on the road.
I ain't gonna lie.
I got a flight tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? I'm in and out of town.
Ox is literally and figuratively might be the elephant in the room in certain spaces. You feel me?
I don't know.
Why you say that? They love me all around the world.
I don't know if you would be the elephant in that room, but
I know.
Y'all be invested, bro. What's wrong with y'all, man? Come on, y'all know that's already squashed and everything, man.
I'm not saying
that's my bro. That's my bro.
I'm just saying. I ain't saying one squash. I'm just saying. All right. Everybody said we got PC drama. You know. Am I beefing with y'all? I didn't know we was all beefing, but
I didn't know that neither, J-Rob. To be honest with you,
J-Rob,
I be hearing that a lot. Damo said that. Damo didn't appreciate us at all. Damo said that I have a mini encyclopedia on one end, and I got the other dude who was actually there on the other end. I thought that was funny.
That Shaq answer was crazy. This man, she was like, "Oh, that's Shaq. That's easy. That's the D'Angelo." I was like, "Damn, okay." I didn't even get to think. Like, I didn't even get to think. He was like, "Oh yeah, that's easy." 1992 against the Nets. Like, oh, okay, I guess cool.
I mean, that is his cousin though. Like, chill. You getting
That's
asked the
what I
Shaq
said.
question is
That's
kind of
what I
like.
said.
The question was who was the other center to have 15 blocks in a game? And
Olajuwon?
That was easy.
Oh, Shaq. Oh, that answer was Shaq. I thought he was asking another Shaq.
15 blocks is insane.
15 blocks in a game
Against the Nets, yeah, against the Nets.
No, that's wild.
What? I ain't gonna lie, Shaq was crazy.
Derek Coleman
bro.
was getting cooked.
Shaq was crazy, bro. 15.
He got
blocks.
busy. Yeah, he got busy in that game. I think he had a 2020 game that game.
2020 and 15 blocks.
15 blocks.
That's
Like,
crazy.
Let me go look at the box score. Let's go look at the box score.
And this is skinny Shaq.
what's the record for most blocks in the
24
game?
24 points. Shout out to Derek Coleman, 3 for 10. He must have got blocked about 7 times. Shaq had 24 points, 28 rebounds, and 15 blocks.
28 rebounds. He almost had 30 rebounds.
And it was 10 offensive rebounds. So
Oh my god!
shout out to Shaq. Shout out to
Bro,
Shaq.
what? That's a ridiculous stat line. 28 rebounds, bro. It's
Yeah.
crazy.
I don't know what's actually
That's some
never mind.
2K shit. Excuse my language.
Yeah.
But
They only won by
Mars-
2. They only won by 2.
Really?
So.
What?
Oh, it was a
This is when he
dogfight.
This Orlando days.
It was in Orlando,
I'm assuming, right?
Yeah,
Orlando.
It was in
days.
Orlando.
Mhm.
YSN Money with the super chat. YSN said all-time handles first team. PGC W.
Point guard to center. Point guard to center. So one at each position.
Okay. Point guard to center. Dub Lakers. L Queens. Damn.
Now, why the Kings?
Don't say that. She just passed. That's not even. It's not even.
It wasn't just. It was like 2 years ago now. It was like 2 years ago.
It feels fresh in my heart.
Oh yeah, we've been going over that.
That's handle.
Kyrie at the 1, James Harden at the 2.
At the 3.
James at the three.
Maybe
At the 3, Paul George. At the
Paul
3,
George, maybe?
At the 4,
4-man.
Garnett.
ooh, KG.
Could you argue Kevin Durant?
Hello.
Lamar Odom?
Lamar's a good one.
Lamar Odom at the 4 too.
Would you
He was
count
super
KD?
nice.
But KD don't have to dribble much to get a shot off. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying he can't handle the basketball or not a good handler, but like KD don't have to do much to shoot over somebody.
Isn't Iverson at the 2?
If you think you got a better handle than James Harden, then yeah, put Iverson at the 2.
For sure.
But Kyrie at the 1, AI at the 2, or Kyrie at the 1, James Harden at the 2. I think
Yeah,
that's
I'm
the
fine
two
with
options.
either one.
At the 3, yeah, Paul George at the 4.
Dre Blatch.
I was putting Andre
Blatch.
Blatch at the 5. I was putting Andre Blatch at the 5. We can happily put him at the 4. We can
Oh, I was going to say DeMarcus Cousins
Yeah, DeMarcus for sure.
at the 5.
Andre Blatch at the 4, Boogie at the 5. I'm cool with it. Andre Black's getting in
I
my
like
team.
that.
I like
Andre
that
Blatch
too.
is getting in my team. So
Yeah, I like
we
that.
got-
I
we
like
got
that.
Blatch on the
AI,
roster.
or James Harden, whichever one you want to go. We'll say Kyrie, AI, Paul George, Andre Blatch, Boogie. That's the 5.
Yeah, I'm good with that
I can deal
actually.
with that
I'm
for
very
sure.
good with
Boogie at
that.
the 5?
I'm very good with that.
Boogie handle nicer than joke. Boogie handle nicer than Jokers.
Yo,
Yes.
yeah.
Yes.
Oh,
yeah. Just put it on the deck. Yes.
Yes, just putting it on the deck.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, but chill. You know what that is though. That's like
2020.
one is scrambled eggs and the other is egg whites.
No, like Jokic can initiate offense, but we're not talking
Is that
about. We're not
racially
talking about
motivated,
we're not talking about who can
It
initiate offense.
really
We're talking about
wasn't.
who.
Egg whites is just called egg whites.
Yeah, like
We talking about who getting to it. Boogie was
Yeah,
Boogie was getting to it.
Boogie was a big guard.
One's a scramble, one's an omelet.
Well, I'm just saying one is a diet version
Mars,
of the other. Like
Mars.
you're not getting this from
Fellas, I
Jokic,
think we're
but he
forgetting
does
the
got a good
big.
hand.
We're forgetting the big with a great handle. Nas Reed.
Shaq.
Oh,
I got Andre
Nas
Black.
Reed.
I got Andre Black still.
No, he could get. But I'm just saying, what
Mm.
Nas Reed? He could go full court fast break and then reverse jelly.
nah, that's big. That's big jelly. I mean,
That's big jelly, man.
You gotta respect him. But Andre Blatch is getting in my team. I don't know what to tell you. Andre
jelly.
Blatch is for sure my 4. Andre
big
Blatch is
jelly,
for sure
man.
my 4.
DSG is right though. No Embiid is crazy, but we gonna have Embiid and Lamar Odom coming off the bench.
I mean, I'm taking Boogie's just straight handle over Embiid. Embiid's got like the little hand dribble and stuff, but like, nah, I'm taking it.
It's not really a conversation.
I like the
It's
name
Boogie
though that
at
we
the
picked
five.
though. We don't pick some good. names.
I think we got the right answer.
Yeah, I think we got the right
I
guys.
swear, I think we got the right answer.
Yeah, I agree.
All right, let's get back into it. The next team that we got is probably the best team in the East, in the Milwaukee Bucks. And so this is what they did this offseason.
Send
They
yourself
still
to
have.
hell, Ron.
Best team in the East.
All right, Mars, have fun hosting.
Thanks.
Kevin Garnett said it was the best. Kevin Garnett said they're the 4th best team in the East.
He's saying Giannis the 4th best player in the East.
4th best player in the East. Excuse me. Yeah.
I think the Bucks being the 4th best player in the East is not a stretch at all.
Giannis or the Bucks?
The Bucks
being the
the Bucks being the 4th best team.
I don't know how Paul Pierce convinced KG to get high before the show. You know what I'm saying? But Giannis being the 4th best player in the East is just diabolical.
That doesn't add up. Like, Giannis is the best player.
I don't know what Paulie put in that blunt, but KG need to stop smoking with bro for sure.
But here's what the Bucks have done so far this offseason. They haven't re-signed Danilo Gallinari. He's an unrestricted free agent. Jay Crowder's an unrestricted free agent. And to much of you guys' surprise, Thanasis Antetokounmpo is an unrestricted free agent too. They also lost Malik Beasley. They lost Ty Washington as well. But they did gain a couple players. They got DeLon Wright. They got Taurean Prince. They drafted AJ Johnson. They got Gary Trent Jr. And they got James Akinjo.
And they drafted
How are we feeling? From G League. Okay. And they got Tyler Smith. How are we feeling about this team?
They're better than they were. By a wide margin, they're better than they were. So
I kind of ironically like the Taurean Prince acquisition. As long as he's playing that 22 to 23 minute range, I think you can maximize what he does with his minutes on the floor.
With Darvin Ham there, it's going to be like 35 minutes.
I forgot.
Oh, yeah, Darvin Ham's the offseason acquisition.
I forgot he's on the staff.
Yeah, they got Darvin Ham. I ain't going to lie. F.
Yeah, bro. I'm not going to lie. I'm not a fan of a D Ham, man. I'm not.
No, but I think they got better. They addressed the biggest flaws was their defense. I think Taurean Prince and DeLon Wright can supplement a big flaw which they had, which was on their point of attack. That helps. They've still got shooting in Gary Trent. Taurean Prince can shoot. DeLon Wright is there. But and I just think having a full year with the same coach, no matter how much I may or may not like Doc Rivers, having a full year with that coach being able to implement whatever he wants to implement is great. Mm-hmm. I'm concerned about Brook Lopez because he's clearly regressing and they still have him. So I'm not sure about that. Maybe Giannis plays the 5 a bit more this year. But I think they're better than they were last year. So I'd give them like a B. I'm not giving them an A because I don't think they've elevated into favorites in the East. But
can I ask y'all this though? Can I ask you this, Mars? What do y'all? And this is my two West Coast guys up here from the Pacific Northwest. What are y'all thoughts on Beauchamp, Marshawn Beauchamp? You don't think he could take a step up as I think as a wing for them. I think he could do a lot, maybe defense, running the floor. I don't know what his offensive potential is going to be in the NBA, but I do think one of their young players can take a step up and insert themselves into a role. And if so, which one of those players do I think it could be?
Well, J-Rob, I'm from California, but
my bad, bro. Sorry.
So it's all good.
Sacramento, wherever you're from.
But Beauchamp though, I don't really. But Beauchamp though, I don't know. It's hard for me to call it. I really can't call it with him. I think he just needs an opportunity though. I think he got talent. I don't think he's ever going to be like a star player, but I think he would be a good role player, a good guy off the bench to, I don't know, play that 15, 16 minutes. I think he could do that, but I just think he really needs the opportunity to get out there and show his worth though.
Doc has to adjust his young guys. That's what it is.
I think that's
the issue. I don't know how much he's going to play, but I think Marjon's good. He doesn't shoot very well. And next to Giannis, that's always the question mark.
Yeah.
But I think he competes on defense. I think he's very good on that end, and he runs the floor very well in transition. But when it comes next to Giannis, when Giannis is going to be having the ball in transition, you don't need someone who's going to fill the lane to the rim. You need shooters. So I just don't know how much he's going to fit in that mold. Same reason I have concerns about Andre Jackson, who I really like there too.
I love, he's a UConn Husky. I love him, but he can't shoot, bro.
That's why I just don't think it's a great fit for them, which is why I kind of understand why they didn't take Wright and Dunn in the draft, even though I think defensively it would have made sense.
That wasn't
he
smart.
Can't shoot.
It wasn't.
But
I'm a
they
big fan
need
of
shooting,
Jackson.
and they got shooting, but off the bench, but it's not going to come in the form of Marjon Beauchamp or those guys. It's going to be AJ Green off the bench, who was shooting the hell out of the ball last year. Maybe he's going to get more minutes.
Right.
He's got relative size. I think he's at 6'3", 6'4". Like that's who's probably going to play more than like Marjon and Andre Jackson. Just
if this team trading for Damian Lillard, having Giannis, even though we know that Lopez is regressing, what was this crew put together for? This crew was put together to win the NBA championship. So they did not supplement the needs of putting this crew together to win the championship. So when you lose Drew Holiday, you lose the defense on the wings and at the point of attack. You don't have that with Damian Lillard. So one thing that you have to do is you have to protect him. They didn't do that. They got more shooting from Tayshaun, from not Tayshaun Prince, I'm sorry, from Taurean Prince. They got more, they got more shooting from him. They got more shooting from Gary Trent. The problem is that they didn't supplement their need, which is the defense on the perimeter, which is what Damian Lillard lacks. That's why he's never been able to compete for an NBA championship, because he won't step up and compete on the defensive end to play championship level defense. I never asked Damian Lillard to be an all-league defender. I never asked Damian Lillard to be Drew Holiday. But what I did ask him to do is I asked him to compete at that level. He's never done that. And they don't have anybody to protect him. And because they don't have anybody to protect him, Giannis now has to do more. Now we're going to see more 1s and 4s switching. We're going to see more 1s and 5s switching. Milwaukee is fool's gold. They were fool's gold last year. They're going to be fool's gold this year. It's going to come out where Damian Lillard gets busy early, and he's going to look in great shape. He's going to score like he did in the past. But when we get later on in the season, when we get into the playoffs, he's going to get hunted like he always does. And what's going to happen is they're going to end up getting folded.
I like it.
I think they have a shot. I think they have a shot. I think Dame is going to be better this year, just in terms of being comfortable in Milwaukee. He spoke a lot about some of the things that he just wasn't fully there mentally. He came into the season out of shape. All of those things. I think Dame is going to be better than he was last year. Not saying he's going to get back to like prime Dame. I think there is just a decline. But I think Dame will be better. I think the fit next to Giannis will be better. I expect to see Giannis at the 5 a bit more. So that's like something I'm expecting. But if I don't see it, then maybe I'm wrong about that. And I think Taurean Prince is capable defensively, just when you don't use him as a primary defender, as a wing stopper, that's where you misuse him. But using him as someone who can defend and isn't a negative out there, he's valuable. I think DeLon Wright is cool. Now Chris Middleton hasn't been good for a while, in my opinion, and Brook Lopez is clearly regressing. Right. Defensively, I think Chris Middleton is good offensively. Defensively, I'm saying I agree. But I think they're better than they were last year. Do I think they're the favorites? No, but I think no team is Boston. But do I think in a series they could beat teams? Yes, because Giannis is going to be there. Dame is going to be there. I think that their chemistry will be better. And Chris Middleton is one of the best mid-range scorers in the league. So having that is just always going to be extremely valuable. So I think they have a shot. I just wouldn't bet on them.
And two, like, listen, if Dame can go in, if you can, let's say they played the Celtics, I think I'm with you, Mars. Like, I don't think they could beat them. But I wouldn't be surprised if they win the 7-game series and Damian Lillard.
Hey, Rob, you think it goes that far with them?
If they go, I'm saying if they go into a 7-game series, right? You get to like a game 6, game 7, it's up one way. Damian Lillard and Giannis can have they're two very capable players to have a game where they take it over. Like if Dame is, crossing half court and making everything, you know what I'm saying? And Jason Tatum's having one of his shooting nights, and you can't get one of these role players out that's not named Jaylen Brown or Drew Holiday to make perimeter shots. I mean, anything is always possible.
Or maybe Chris Middleton's hot as well. Maybe Brook Lopez has hit his 6-3 of the night. You know what? Maybe the 6th man of the year just happens to be the 6th man of the year. I don't know. Like, I think it's a couple.
Who's the 6th man of the year?
Bobby Portis.
Okay.
I was confused because he ain't actually won one, right?
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, I was confused. I was genuinely confused.
Ron, can I respond to this guy? Drink More Water said, Chill doesn't realize Milwaukee and Boston split the season series and both were wins. Both were blown out. And I can counter that Drink More Water with Phoenix in the regular season. These are how many times they lost to Minnesota. Minnesota mopped them in the playoffs. So I just want to put that on your mind, Ron. I just want to put that on your mind. So,
yeah, I think Milwaukee and Boston are closer matchup wise than
But I mean, it don't. All of this shit really don't even matter though, fellas, because we already know who's coming out of that East.
The Knicks,
Here
right?
we go.
It's the
You
Celtics.
know it. Yeah.
It's the Celtics.
Yeah. Tell the streets we back up now. We are back up. Tell the streets we back up. We here.
J-Rob, we actually
Yeah.
talked about the Knicks this episode, but I will give you an opportunity to say how you feel about the Knicks and grade their
To glaze my
offseason.
team.
Mhm.
I mean, listen, man. I mean, we have our cornerstone in Jalen Brunson. I mean, the addition of Mikal Bridges, re-signing OG. We got them two boys in the backcourt with, my boy Dante DiVincenzo, the Michael Jordan of Delaware, and my dog Josh Hart. We got the hustle. I mean, we got a bench. I think we got everything we need. I think as long as my only fear is, our head coach, he will run them boys to the ground.
Not this time, J-Rob. No, you got
Yeah.
plenty of dudes. You don't have to worry about that.
Right.
You got DiVincenzo in your rotation. You got Josh Hart in your rotation. You got all these dudes in your rotation. I don't think you got to worry about that this time.
So exactly. So with that being said, hopefully making an adjustment in this season, making sure we make it to the postseason as relatively healthy as possible. I mean, I think at the end of the day, in any sport, any profession, the seasons are so long. So you're going to be a little hurt. Maybe not injured, but you're gonna be hurting a little bit. But as long as you can get into the playoffs, where you can get through the 2 months of playoff competition, you'll be all right. I give us a great shot because we'll be great defensively for sure. I think we'll be great on the perimeter in terms of our ability to shoot the basketball. I think our spacing will be phenomenal. And so I think of all the teams in the East, I personally think we match up the best against Boston. We get OG and Mikal put in the pause. If we could get Mikal to have a Andrew Wiggins guarding Jason Tatum type of 2022 finals, and OG be OG when it comes to Jaylen Brown and containing some of them other guys, I give us the best shot to knock off the defending champs. And let me also say this, chat. Since the Warriors and Cleveland, how many teams in the NBA are going back to the finals after they get there? Not too many. No. So when the Knicks play the Los Angeles Lakers in the finals, it's going to be hard for me to get through.
Drink more water. That's a bad example. That's a terrible example, sir.
Listen. The only reason I'm bringing up the Lakers, man. I covered them, man, for Sports Illustrated. So now I'm all the way, and I'm going back to bias Rob.
It's cool. It's cool. We all have our biases. Yes, we do. Yeah. I got mine.
Yes, sir.
So
yes, sir.
Speaking of which, yes, the Bucks will be coming out of the East, and I give them a B+ in terms of their offseason because Dame's back in shape, and because Darvin Ham will know what to do with Taurean Prince, and he'll bring out the best.
Leave that dope alone.
But all right, J-Rob, I'll try. But anyways, let's move on to the Miami Heat. They have one free agent that they haven't signed, Alondes Williams. And then they also lost Caleb Martin. They lost Patty Mills. They lost DeLon Wright. They lost Cole Swider. But the players that they did get, on top of extending Bam Adebayo, which was obviously major, they re-signed Kevin Love. They re-signed Thomas Bryant. They re-signed Haywood Highsmith. And then they also they drafted Khalil Ware. They brought in Alex Burks. They drafted Isaiah Stevens. They drafted Pale Larson. They drafted Zion Pullen. And they also signed I don't know if he was a Summer League Player of the Year or player of the Summer.
Josh Christopher.
Summer League MVP. Finals MVP. Summer League Finals MVP.
Yeah.
He was the one that he was playing slam butt with Jalen Green.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah. That's from that video.
Yeah.
That's him.
I did like how the way he played though.
Yeah. This is the worst Miami team I've seen in like the last 3 years. I don't like it at all. So
just them letting Caleb Markin walk out the front door. That's enough for me. As much as the other additions that they have, because I do like the fact that they drafted Collier, right? I do like that. I do like the fact that they re-signed Haywood Highsmith. I do like that. But the fact that you just let Caleb Martin, who was the addition, he was a starter on your finals team, and you just let him walk out the front door. That's right there. That's grounds for firing. You can't just let a player like that not only walk out the front door, but to the Philadelphia 76ers, who could be a rival of yours. You cannot have that. Now, them not signing Jimmy Butler to an extension, I'm cool with that. That doesn't bother me at all. But as far as their free agent signings, I mean, they didn't really do much. I give them a C-. Yeah, I give them a C-.
I like Khalil Weather, so shout out to him. But I think this is a bad team.
Yeah.
Now, when you say bad team, Mars, what are we looking at when we say bad team? Are they
championship aspirations? For a team that has championship aspirations, this is the worst team.
And I also think when you just look at the roster, the talent on a roster, I don't think you can just coach hard your way to a finals all the time, bro. I'm not even trying to really hear that. Like, Spo not going to be able to coach this team to overachieve like everybody.
I mean, if he does, then these clips going to go crazy.
Crazy. I'm not jacking it.
That's what I'm saying,
if he could coach this roster to let Mars, I'm gonna say this. They get out of the first round of the playoffs. They go to the semifinals. I'll tip my cap off. Because they overachieved. With this roster, they overachieved.
So they
getting to the second round is
that's what I'm talking about.
If they get to the semifinals and go to 6 games with whoever they face, they overachieve.
If they see the Knicks in round, if they see your boys in round 1 and they in a 7-game dogfight, you think y'all, so this you think y'all smoke them in 4 games?
Sweet. We'll give them a chopped cheese and a bev and send them back to Miami.
Unless Bam really does take that jump. If Bam really takes that jump, then they're better than I thought. But I think Jimmy's regressing. I think Bam is good. I think Tyler Hero healthy, and I just don't think the team is that good. And I think the only reason that they're still together is because they had that hot shooting run in 2023, and it's now led them to believe that they're close to a championship when they're not. Right. I just don't think that
they still have hot shooters.
Where could have a Derek Lively type of,
but you can't just rely on. You can't just rely on getting lucky and shooting 45% from 3 through the playoffs to try and win a championship.
You don't get lucky. You shoot the ball. You don't get lucky. You shoot the ball and you get hot.
But that's what I mean. You can't just rely on just hot shooting to get you through series every year and be like, that's our championship window.
I don't think that's what they're gonna do. Now, mind you, Mars, I'm 100% with you on the fact that they're not a real championship contender. But check me out though, Chill. What I'm saying is, I don't think they're a legit championship contender. I think they're dangerous to all the championship contenders though. I do feel like
Orlando.
Yes, 100%. I think Miami is very slept on. I think Khalil Ware, if he can come in and actually have some impact right now, which isn't an expectation. You're a rook, you're a young fella, come on and come along as you do. But if they are blessed to have a guy like Khalil Ware that can come in and do like what Derek Lively did, if not even have a little more impact on the offensive side. This team can do something. Bam at the 4 is dangerous. Jimmy's not done. Like Jimmy is not done.
Miami.
I don't know if we.
Jimmy's not done. Jimmy out of Miami so bad.
Anywhere he's on the hardwood, Jimmy is a problem. Jimmy can get with anybody. Tyler Hero is. I mean, y'all know how I feel about Tyler. I think Miami is still a legit squad in the East. Championship contender.
Hold on, Ox, because let's keep going because it's certain guys like I know you said Caleb Martin's gone. They lost DeLon Wright as well. Ox, you ain't even mentioned your man Terry Rozier. He'll be back healthy this year.
I didn't want you to get upset.
The one time you didn't bring up Terry.
My dog's Terry.
Also. This is one of the guys who I'm most high on. He was a rookie last year, and I think he doesn't even gotta take a jump. Just continue to do what you was doing last year. Jaime Jaquez, he brought defense. He brought a little bit of offensive potential to this team too. Jaime does. Do
they have a point guard?
That guy that did everything.
Scary Terry.
Rozier.
But I mean,
J-Rob, I feel the same way, J-Rob.
The Heat's one team that can run the point guard.
My face said it all. Like I don't hate it, but I don't love it either.
All right,
I don't hate it. I don't love it.
Also, Nikola Jokic,
he's the stopgap. He's the stopgap quarterback. That's who he is.
I'm sorry, you're laying out a team that's like Ox said. They're not winning anything, but they can be tough to beat in the playoffs.
Dangerous.
But Miami, in their minds, are viewing themselves as a team that's trying to win. That's why I'm grading their offseason on that scale.
Right.
They're not close to winning.
How
now are they close to being tough to beat?
championship?
Yes, they're close to being tough to beat. So on that scale, B. On the scale that they're trying to abide by, of we think we can win a chip, F-. This team ain't close.
Yeah, I'm gonna. So you're basing on their proximity to a championship.
Yeah, like I'm not gonna hold
yeah.
Portland to the same standard as I hold the Nuggets based on offense.
And that's the.
That's
and
what
that's
I'm
the-
doing.
But Mars, I ain't gonna lie, you did say something though, because you're talking about like they're gonna be a hard team to beat, like in Orlando. I can see Orlando actually upsetting some of these contenders in a run. Now, to me, it is truly dependent. I mean, I know some of y'all in the chat believe Franz is the best player on that team. I think it is no question Paolo Banchero, the best player on that
Keep
team.
going, Rob.
I think the jump he was going to make this season.
I think it's Jonathan Isaacs. So,
Oh my God! Can you stop?
Troll alert! Woo, woo,
Troll
woo.
alert.
Anyway,
Troll
carry
alert.
on, Joe.
I
Troll
think
alert.
Paolo Banchero is going to take another elevation this year. I really hope they don't try to put him in no most improved players type of nonsense. I think it's ridiculous because I think the award. I think they ruined the award over the last few seasons. To be honest, the integrity of that award is screwed. But I think he's going to take a crazy step up next year. And to be honest, y'all may not love this. Y'all really may not love this. But I truly believe that if they can add.
Say it, J-Rob. Say it. If they can add what?
If they can go get D'Angelo Russell, who is coming off the best shooting year of his career in Los Angeles, that would fill a significant hole for that team. And I know a lot of y'all don't love it after his playoff performance.
No, as a matter of fact,
it feels
you trying to get the Lakers to get from Orlando.
You see what he's doing?
This ain't you
He's
trying to
get
help
rid of
Orlando.
D'Lo.
No, I swear to God.
You trying to help the
So-
Lakers. So if
on
you
my
would
mom,
Orlando
on my
give up
on
the
my mom's
D'Lo.
chat, on my mom's chat. I didn't rule my point at all. I didn't rule my point at all. On my mom's
This isn't
chat,
a troll alert, chill.
I swear to God, I'm not trolling because this has nothing to do. This has nothing to do with the Lakers and everything to do with maximizing the Orlando Magic.
But if the Lakers just happen to somehow get a big
listen.
Oh, I wouldn't mind it.
No, wait, listen. Just listen.
I suppose.
Listen.
Yeah, I guess if you're
listen what I'm saying.
I guess.
I don't know. At the end of the day, chat,
what you got?
if y'all are acting like the Orlando Magic don't need a shooter at the guard position, then I'm questioning everybody in this chat.
No, they do. I just think it's coincidental that you.
And the thing is, but see, the Mars, this is the thing. They dick ride you in the chat. So the fact that you brought up the Lakers, now they glazing you in the chat because they can't think for themselves.
What would they have to give up?
I'm strict. No, but it's not about what they have to give up. I do know. This is just from working here at LA right now. Yeah. I know the Lakers are probably not going to retain D'Angelo Russell. There's been a lot of scrutiny surrounding him here in this city. So I know they're going to move off of him. And all I'm saying is if there's a team out there that should push for him, I think it should be the Orlando Magic because he can shoot the piss out of the basketball. I think he can also play make as well. So it kind of takes some of the pressure off Paolo as a playmaker. And so I just think he spaces the floor really well for him. I promise you, y'all. Mars, I didn't even think about the Lakers agenda until you brought it up. I swear to God, I wasn't thinking about it.
J-Rob, you're literally part of the Laker media cartel now. So
I'm also a part of the UCLA, the Rams, and Chargers media cartel. I cover all these teams here. So it's
right, but the Laker media cartel is a little different. Chill, what is it you be saying? What is it you be saying?
Follow the Angels or the Dodgers?
Keep him away from my team.
And you know who else I have to cover sometimes, but we don't. Like most of the times we don't cover them. They want us to cover the Portland Trailblazers, and I honestly, we don't pick up any of the stories because nobody's shit. Nobody's reading it, bro.
You know, rocking with Scoot.
Mars, when we look at the job, so at my job, sports, we got the views to see what people are reading. They're not reading about the Portland Trailblazers. Nobody really cares about the stories going out of Portland, bro.
It's part of business.
Once Dame Lessman was over,
only up in Portland. That's it.
Yeah, for our market, it really don't matter. Yeah, it don't matter in our market.
Yo, but D'Lo is on that list of guys that's like, no, keep him away from my kids. These youngsters,
alongside
keep him,
number 32.
keep him away. Well,
not like that, Mars. Focus. Not like that, Mars.
Keep him away from. We're not talking about no.
You don't want him with the youngsters.
You don't got to register and be a red dot.
Yeah, that sounds like I'm accusing D-Lo. My bad, D-Lo. I ain't mean to talk about my bad, D-Lo. I wouldn't accuse you.
Keep him away from the youngsters. Like D-Lo need to be on a team full of vets, and that can handle that. Yes. Keep him away from Franz. Keep him away from Paolo. Keep him away from Jalen Suggs. Keep him away. We
don't want no improper influences here. We don't.
No way.
We don't want any of that. No.
Yo, J-Rob.
We don't want any of that.
What's good, King?
Speaking of LA teams, but Dub Sparks, right?
Shout out to the Sparks, man. Honestly, they tanking though. I guess whatever they doing.
Still Dub Sparks.
As they should. As they should.
They
shouldn't be trying to win.
Shout out to the Sparks. Shout out to the Sparks. North California getting the Bay about to get a team too. Shout out to the Valkyries on the way. Cali getting 2 teams out here in the W.
Yeah.
In 2026, Toronto gonna have a team too. Shout out to the WNBA expansion.
Shout out to the best basketball player in the world right here. The best basketball player in the world.
Shout out to Asian.
Are Houston not getting their team back? Is that
not so the thing is with the way the WNBA is expanding right now, Houston could get the team back, but the problem is they already have a team in Dallas, and markets right now like Miami is interested in acquiring a team, Denver is interested in acquiring a team. So geographically, it might be better it might kind of hamper Houston getting a team because it might not happen for them right away, just because I think Miami is more likely to get a team next, and I think Denver probably will be the next team after Denver.
Mars, what I want you to imagine, I want you to imagine the NBA having a team that won the NBA championship 4 straight years, getting their team out of there, and now they got to compete to get a team back.
That's what I'm saying. Like they were a successful franchise.
But are you talking about the Houston Comets, right?
They weren't successful. Yeah. They were the class, Mars. That's who they were.
That's what the Sonics I get not having a team because the Sonics stink.
Like even Sacramento had a team for a minute.
I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry.
Damn. Can't even share no free speech. Crazy.
But if we're talking about the WNBA, as much as
wait, J-Rob, we didn't just have a team. We had a hell of a team.
Now you had the Monarchs.
The Sacramento Monarchs were a hell of a team.
A phenomenal team, actually. Phenomenal franchise. Actually, nobody, again, listen, a lot of them older teams, people forget, like the W situation had nothing to do with how great some of those teams were and their success able to win. Right. It's all about finances. Like it was all about
finances. Tulsa was a really good squad.
Horrible location, though. I'm glad they're out of there.
Yeah. Tulsa was a great team in the WNBA. Tulsa had a team.
Detroit had a team. San Antonio had a team.
The San Antonio team, that's the Aces now, right?
Yep. They're Aces now. But a lot of teams. Yeah, I can see there's going to be a lot of movement, but I think there's going to be more addition instead of lateral moves for teams going to different. I think they're just going to add more teams to this league. Right. I'll be honest. By the time of the next decade, y'all, the WNBA could easily have like 24 teams. Yeah, like 24 teams. Like I could see it. I could see it. Because I think they're only going to so for people who don't know, the WNBA has not profited since it started. It's been a great write-off for the NBA. But as of this year, it's starting to kind of hit that, close the gap on, being profitable. Yep. And with Juju Watkins coming in 2 years and Paige coming in next year and then Juju right after, it's just going to keep getting bigger and bigger. But I do want to start this, though, because me and Ox had a bit of a debate about this. Because obviously everybody knows A'ja Wilson is the best player in basketball. The real debate is who the second best player in basketball. And I told Ox start of the year that it was Napheesa Collier.
You did say it was Napheesa.
Not Breonna Stewart. And I love Stewie. These are both 2 UConn ladies. So at the end of the day, no bias is in this one. No bias. Napheesa Collier I'm going to put it out there right now. Napheesa Collier is going to lead the Minnesota Lynx to a championship this year.
Ox, I told you, Ox. What did I tell you,
Ox? Win the finals. They're going to win the championship this year. I ain't gonna lie, Bama. You clearly have not watched Napheesa play basketball.
J-Rob, I do not hate this take, J-Rob. I do not hate this take.
I'm gonna tell you, of all the teams in the WNBA
right now,
a lot of people will look at the roster and be like, it's a lot of different skill sets on that team, but they all work so well together. You got your two heavy hitters. You got your franchise player, superstar in Collier. You got your sniper in Kayla McBride. You got your 3-and-D wing in Bridget Carlton, who has been shooting the leather off the basketball from the corner. Right corner pocket, it's a lock for her. Then I don't think people are talking about the Alana Smith, who plays for, if you didn't watch her for the Australian national team, has been an electric acquisition for that team. She has stuffed the stat sheet at every level. My nigga Bama, I'm not arguing with you about WNBA. Like, I'm not arguing about
J-Rob, focus. In the words of chill, focus. Why you even listening to Bama? Focus.
Like, he's just yapping over there, bro. Like, he yapping. Look, I know you love Milk Jordan, but can you relax right now?
I'm telling you, B.
But when it comes to this Minnesota Lynx franchise right now, where they're at, they're coached very well. They're coached extremely well. And so I know a lot of people are talking about, because I want y'all to know, Vegas not going to the finals. I love Asia, but they're not going to the finals. They have some real flaws on that team right now that nobody's willing to look at. And I'm going to be honest, with Connecticut adding Mabry, because they needed a shooter bad, and they got one. I think it is clearly between Minnesota, Connecticut, and New York. I think those are going to be. That's it.
Ain't no and not Seattle. Don't do the
not
Seattle.
Not Seattle. Not Dallas. Not. I'm not rocking with Vegas. I don't.
Also, real quick, shout out to Nneka Nwumeke.
Shout out to Nneka Nwumeke
for joining the club with Sue Bird and Tamika Catchings. Steals and assists. I believe it's 6,000 steals now. Doing her thing.
J-Rob, I told my man right here. This was probably a week, maybe or two ago. We was on Chill with Chill on Saturdays at 12 o'clock Eastern. Come check us out. I told him, of all the teams in the league, Vegas wants nothing to do with Minnesota. Teams duck smoke all the time. Vegas wants nothing to do with Minnesota. If they can, if somebody else can handle them, Vegas is like, please do that, because that's a nightmare matchup for them. Nightmare. And for one reason and one reason only, they make a beeline to Kelsey Plum. They make a beeline to her. Whoever.
Well, every team does though, Chill.
But everybody picks on Kelsey.
It's becoming a problem. It's starting to become a problem.
Every team does pick on Kelsey. The Minnesota Lynx specifically go after her though,
because the coach
they go after her.
Will Becky make the conscious decision to bring Tiffany Hayes out and sit Kelsey down at certain times? If she makes adjustments, I can't say what she will or won't do. But this is the thing about that. Kelsey Plum may be able to get picked on her defense at times, right? In a series, certain adjustments like bringing Tiffany Hayes on and letting Asia carry in certain series, you can win a series like that. Asia can carry through a series. Now I know Napheesa is gonna get hers, but there's nothing they can do with Asia. So
there's nothing they can do with Napheesa. There's nothing they can do with Napheesa.
Asia guard Napheesa much better than Napheesa guard Asia. So,
I don't think. Let's look at their head-to-head.
Just hold on. Just what I'm saying. That last game, Napheesa got that, but that's I'm saying in a series though. We talking about in a series. I think Asia can carry.
Right.
Now, I'm a big fan of Kayla McBride. I love what they're doing in Minnesota. All I'm saying is nobody wants it with Cam, but I believe the Aces can beat them. No, I don't think it's a wash at all. And honestly, like I had said this before, as soon as they made that trade for Marina Mabry, that's when I was like, well, I went with the Suns. I went to the Suns instead of the Lynx. But it's going when the playoffs start, it's going to be a great playoffs, regardless of who wins. I don't care who wins. It's going to be
a phenomenal series.
It's going to be great.
But see, here's the thing, though, Ox. You just said that with Asia, she can carry in a series. Okay, Jalen Brunson can carry the Knicks in the first round against Atlanta. He ain't carrying the Knicks in the first round or in the semifinals against Milwaukee. He ain't carrying them against Philadelphia. He's not doing that. So
Jalen ain't Asia.
point I'm making is that when you lose Kelsey, you don't just lose her off the floor as a ball handler. You lose those buckets. Now you can't make up for that. Now, meanwhile,
Jackie doing her thing right now, chill.
But Minnesota on the other hand, when you have Napheesa and you have their wing players, how fast they play, and how not only do they attack Kelsey, they attack all your wing players, every last one of them. Minnesota, I can tell you right now, Ox, Vegas wants nothing to do with them.
They don't.
No, I agree with you. I agree.
I
agree with you. Now, I think that's the only team. That's where the love stops. Other than that, I don't think Aces are ducking nobody. They don't want to play Minnesota. I agree with you, but I still feel like Becky can coach them into. Becky can coach, and Asia can carry them to winning that series.
Look,
Jackie, I'm like you saying attacking. I want you to try to pick on Jackie. Go ahead, do it. Pick on Jackie if you want to, and that's when it's going to turn into the Jackie.
I'm gonna be
Young
honest
show.
though. I'm gonna be honest. I think you're giving too much credit to Becky Hammond. Cheryl Reeve a better coach than her.
Okay.
To me, if we're talking about X's and O's and two tacticians in the game, I mean, Cheryl is taking a team that don't got a real center, and they're to me potentially the best team in the W, and they don't have a real. So you don't
got no love for Dorka?
I love Dorka. She went to UConn. I love Dorka to death, but Dorka is like a stretch. Like she's not just a glass cleaning bit. You can't hear me?
You still hot. Keep going. Keep going.
Oh, no, you muted yourself, Ox, I think, by accident. But Dorka is as depth. No, she's a stretch five. Don't get me wrong. She's a stretch five, but she's not a glass cleaner, Unk. She's not going to give you 20 rebounds and all that. They are by committee. Cheryl has maximized the talent on this roster and got the best out of all of them. And I think that you hit it on the nose, Unk. They, to me, got the best collection of wings in the game.
They do, yo. That's the reason why Vegas doesn't want to see them. That's the reason why Vegas does not want to see them. For that reason right there.
Yeah, I got them winning it all this year. I think they
J-Rob.
are a lot
Napheesa
to
we
win it
trust.
all. Napheesa we trust, bro.
That's all I know.
I told Ox at the beginning of the year, I said, I know everybody loves Stewie, but I truly feel like when it comes down to it, the second best player in the goddamn world right now is Napheesa Collier.
You told me this last year. You didn't even tell me.
I did tell you this last year. I did.
This is my thing. I'm not disagreeing with y'all on the points you guys are making at all.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, like, let's not sleep on the Aces, y'all. Let's not clean the Aces up. Like that squad is still.
I mean, they got the best player in the league.
No.
Whenever you got the best player in the league, you cannot just completely dismiss them. I get that part. But with that being said, the team that they have to get past, or the team that's got to get past them, is so ready for them. It's ready for them.
You know, it's always a matchup thing too. You know.
One more time.
You know what I mean? Like it's all. It could always turn into a thing where we don't even see them yet. They might
that's
mess
what
around.
I'm talking about.
You know, hopefully Minnesota might have to run into New York first. You know what I'm saying? And then
let somebody else.
And they're going to beat them too. They're going to put that pressure on New York. I promise you, if they play New York, they'll beat New York. They're the best team in the league right now. Yes,
that's actually the matchup I want to see.
To me, Ox, I don't think enough teams. I don't think they have enough. Like when it comes to Minnesota, I don't think team, because of the versatility they have at those wing spots. I just personally don't think any of these teams right now have enough matchups for them.
Not even
in my opinion. Connecticut. Yes, they do. But my issue with Connecticut, Ox, is they're going to lean heavily on Marina and Dewana to shoot the leather off the basketball. Because you need them to shoot well.
Respect these.
But Dejanay Carrington is not a shooter. She's not.
I was just more so talking about scoring. Okay.
I'm talking about floor spacing. I think their issue is floor spacing. So that's why I'm highlighting the shooting, because what's the other Harris? She got to shoot the ball well too.
Well, the only problem I have with DeWanda is even when she's cold, she's still just launching that thing. Like I'm just like DeWanda.
But you got to shoot yourself out of it. Though,
she got that J.R. Smith young.
You got to shoot yourself out of it.
She got that for real. She got that. I'm talking about ill advised. She is launching that.
But it's a couple things that I do want to say and acknowledge. When it comes to the WNBA playoffs, as of right now, they will start on September 19th. Or no, September 19th is when the regular season ends. The playoffs will start on the 22nd. So you guys got to know, we will be talking heavily about the WNBA playoffs between then And when the NBA season starts, I think that is actually perfect for us. That's going to get us to the latter part of the summer. The Olympics carried the first part of the summer. The WNBA playoffs will carry through from that moment on. Also, too, J-Rob, you did mention Feast. Just want to put this on the screen right here.
Come on now. I tried to tell y'all this was the one right here. I ain't gonna lie, I gotta take y'all back to memory lane, bro. When she came out of the draft, her class, I think she is Jackie Young's class. Jackie Young went number 1 in her class. Do y'all realize Napheesa went 7th, I think, in her class? It should have been the number 1 pick. And I remember at UConn, and listen, I had a first bird's eye view of her coming out of school. I know her personally. I seen her play almost majority of her collegiate games. She was everything you're seeing from her right now, she was doing in college. She is a true 3-level scorer. I think she's.
I actually forgot.
But J-Rob, it's no way.
Hold on. For y'all who don't like who say, like, for example, how I look at LeBron as a scorer, he may score the most or whatever, but the way it looked, I don't like it, whatever, or that. The most skilled to me in the WNBA right now, the most skilled scorer is Napheesa Collier. Is Napheesa Collier in the WNBA? The Minnesota Lynx forward, Napheesa Collier, is to me at the top most skilled scorer in the W right now.
Right. But J-Rob, like going to back what you were saying, it's no way that they were supposed to pick her over Jackie Young. It's no way. It's no way Jackie was
the first team All-American. She's 6'1". She has long arms. Jackie Young is a phenomenal player. I think Jackie Young is great. If we redo the draft, I'm picking her still in the top 3. She's better than Enrique because this is Enrique's class too now. It would, to me, it'd be Napheesa, Enrique, then Jackie, and that's no discredit to Jackie.
Well, no, not today. Today, Napheesa is better than Jackie.
Yeah.
I'm saying,
but talking about at the time of coming out.
I think you had to pick Jackie.
Yo, even coming out, Ox, I still would have argued if you're looking for a piece to transform her upside as a scorer and what she's already showed you, it just didn't make sense to me how, especially like we pick players all the time based off what their potential could be. I don't think there was a player in that class with more potential than her. Like even her own teammate, who I love to death, Katie Lou Samuelson, phenomenal shooter, was one of the best shooters in the country coming out. And I understand she was an undeniable 3-point shooter. But Napheesa's two-way potential was astronomical.
Right.
And y'all are seeing it right now. Right now. Like, I just think, I mean,
real quick, though,
listen,
shout out to Katie Lou Samuelson. Shout
out to Katie.
And
Lou,
shout out to Carly, too. Shout out to Katie and Carly.
Shout out to Carly, the sniper sisters.
Yeah.
I do want to say this about Napheesa before we move on. She's one of only 2 people, and you guys know the other person. She's one of only 2 people in the league that's averaging 20 and 10. She's top. Well, she's the fourth leading scorer in the NBA or in the WNBA. 3rd leading rebound getter.
Yep.
And she's also 2nd in steals too.
Come on now,
a little bit of everything. She really carrying.
Hey, don't forget that one block she giving you every night too. Like,
yeah. So shout out to her. Also, I put it on the screen. Asia Wilson had 42 points last night and went 16 for 22 from the field.
Losing effort. She lost.
Yeah, she lost. I was about to say she lost. It don't matter.
Still goddamn.
Did get busy. And I believe she had like 3 blocks in the first quarter, too.
Yeah, but it's her. Like, we expect a 52. We expect that stuff.
Asia at this point, we expect. Now it's like, 35.
Well, hold on. Let me ask you this.
Okay.
Wait, hold on. It was her season high, not career high. I mean, she do this. This her.
Right.
This her.
Yeah. All right, y'all. We are going to continue to keep it pushing with our next NBA team. And it happens to be...
Wait, Ron. Wait, 1 second. I got a question for the chat. And you, Mars. If driving cars is a sport, so is Kobayashi, is he an athlete too? The
hot dog eating dude?
I'm about to say, are you talking about the hot dog eating?
The hot dog eating dude?
Talking about the glorious Glizzy King?
Competitive eating? Is that
a sport too? It's competitive eating a sport.
No.
How does that equate to race car drivers?
They're putting so much stress on their body. it's so, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just wondering. I'm just curious. That's it.
Once I watch this,
knock. I just want to have a conversation.
Race car drivers are definitely athletes. I watched that F1. They're athletes, bro. Once I learned about it, it's crazy.
Kobayashi athlete.
They're all athletes. Yeah, they're athletes. There you go.
Okay, cool.
Welcome.
All right, sure.
Yo, toast to go. What? All right, so all right. The next team we are going to is the Memphis Grizzlies. I'm excited to hear what you guys got to say about the Grizzlies.
Can I give a bold take?
Hold on, right quick. They lost Zaire Williams, they lost Trey Jamison, and they lost Yuta Watanabe. Also, they got
Zaire Williams. Oh no.
They drafted Zach Edey, drafted Jalen Wells as well. They got Yuki Kuwamura. Is this was the dude that was
that's the little 5'6"
my little dog from Japan with the Grizzlies.
Yuki.
That's my dog.
They packed up Utah and got Yuki.
I like Yuki. I ain't gonna lie. I like little Yuki. He got heart.
I with the old
and
with the new.
I was happy Yuta went home though. Shout out to Yuta for making that decision.
J-Rob, they also got your guy from UConn, Cam Spencer, and they re-signed Luke Kennard. I need you guys to let me know, what is their grade this offseason?
Hey, they got the best. They made the best draft in the draft.
Oh, Edey.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I do like the Edey pick for them.
That was an A+ for them.
Could I give a bold take? Because Ja Morant is back in the NBA, I think fans are going to turn on Anthony Edwards.
I wouldn't be surprised. That's what.
You mean turn on him like, yo, we good on him and they're gonna get back
Ja's
on
back. Yeah, Ja back.
Okay.
You know,
so they're gonna get back on it.
Because like even I'm gonna be honest, this even the way I've seen like the last 2 years, the way the NBA community has turned on Jason Tatum, it's been OD. You know, like
crazy, right?
So
it's crazy.
And honestly, I just think, look, I just think it's only a matter of time before, like, if let's just say, for example, the Minnesota Timberwolves get bounced in the first round or the second round after going to the Western Conference Finals a year ago, they're going to turn on him. Like, I could see that happening. Bro. I don't like it. I'm not saying it's the truth, but like I see what y'all do to Jason Tatum. What did Jason Tatum do to y'all that y'all talk about him the way y'all do? Bob, I'm talking about typical black people always trying to bring something to big. I'm not bigging up anybody. I'm saying that you jackasses are going to turn on him to big up somebody else. I'm not saying I'm going to do that. I'm not speaking for myself, but I know how y'all act. Y'all acting like we don't read this chat every day, y'all. I see how y'all acting here. Stop
it's only a matter of time until Anthony Edwards, the way he talks, if he doesn't win, it's going to go from confidence to he's too arrogant for someone who hasn't won.
Exactly.
It almost
might
have been the tipping scale where him just saying what he said, like, you ain't never won nothing.
Yeah,
and then what's his name? Noah Lyles. Why would I go to a champions,
Because they did the same thing with Devin Booker. Devin Booker was like the darling child, and then they went to the finals, and it was like, oh, Devin Booker, and then they lost to the Mavericks the next year, and it's like, Devin Booker talks a lot for someone who hasn't won anything. He talks too much. Like, shut up. And then they bring up the clips of, he doesn't like double teams. Like, if you don't, I asked that in the Telegram group chat. If you aren't in the Telegram group chat, join the Telegram group chat. At what age or what point does a young player go from you can't say anything bad about them because they're still young to they're overrated because they haven't won? What age does that happen? Like at what point do we get to
between 25 and 28? Like, because when they first show up, that's what they are. They're the young guys. That
23
people
right now,
love
22?
them, and
that's 23.
They're the young guy. People love them. By the time you get to like year 7, year 8, and you still not winning, that's when they start to turn on you more. Like this guy. Same thing happened to James Harden. Like around, well, I think he got traded in was it 14? He got traded. 13. He got traded. Mm-hmm. So they went to the finals in 12.
Mm-hmm. 12
so he got traded. So like around, I think it was around 17, 18 was when they started to turn on James Harden. James Harden was a bucket getter. He was super dynamic.
Facts.
He was great for the league. Everybody loved him. He was a scoring machine. Well, we get to around year 7, year 8. He's like 26, 27. You know what? James Harden doesn't perform in the playoffs. He's
exactly.
He can't get it done. And now James Harden ain't really that good. Even though James Harden, and from 17, 18, and 19, those 3 years were one of the best 3-year runs that we've ever seen in NBA history. But the fact that he didn't win, Now all of a sudden we throw that stuff out. And I'm one of those people who was doing that. 100% I was, because we expected him to win, considering what they had done. I mean, he was on a team that won 65 games. He was on a team that won.
If you expected him to win, then I mean, I guess.
Go ahead, finish. My bad.
We had expected him to win. So at that time, so I feel like around that time, like around between 25 and 28, if you haven't won, however much people talk about you in a good way, it kind of goes the other way, because now we expect you to be this. And when you're not,
the thing that's pissing me off about it is with him, I do think people might end up in the next 2 seasons. I could see the NBA community turning on Anthony Edwards. But the thing is that'll piss me off about that is the disingenuousness by the NBA community. Y'all was comparing the boy to Michael Jordan a year ago. He don't go to the finals immediately within the first 3-4 years of his career, and you're gonna switch the narrative on him. So I think it's weird.
Let's bring it back to, and J-Rob, it is funny that you do say that. I just didn't know that Ja Morant's gritty just had that much.
Nah, Ja Morant about to come back and snap. I ain't gonna lie.
I didn't know it was that polarizing, somebody hitting the gritty through the court. But hey, shout out to Ja Morant coming back and taking all the attention. But let's get back to the Grizzlies and Ja Morant. You guys, I need your grade on. I said an A solely on Zach Edey. How did the rest of you guys feel?
That's really what they did. Like,
they didn't really
all Memphis need is health. Like, they were unhealthy last year, so them being healthy, I don't know if that counts as the off season, but like Zach Edey's really the only needle moving move. So I'm with like a B plus maybe, because I think Zach Edey fits them better than any other team in the NBA. So yeah, like a B. But they didn't. Like, I'm not moved by Yuki, no disrespect. But
and Mars, to your point, to expand on your point, when they were healthy, what did they do?
Number 2 seed, right?
I mean, they were number 3. I think they were number 2 or the number 3 seed. We get everybody back, and we upgrade at the 5 spot with Zach Edey, who I think is going to make them faster. I think he's a better rim protector, so he gives them another dynamic. Not as good as what Chet did with Oklahoma City, but he gives them that kind of dynamic. So I think they're going to be right back at the top of the Western Conference next year, because we get everybody back. Now I expect I'm still on the fence about GG making that jump at the small forward spot, because he's going to have to be better. Same thing like what's going on in Oklahoma City. I think that with J-Dub, I feel like J-Dub's got to make that jump. And I don't think he's got to be a 25 or 26 a game scorer, but I think in order for them to take that next step to be a champion, he can't be the same guy that he was. Well, I feel the same thing about GG Jackson. In order for them to take that step up, I think that he has to be better. Not necessarily a big-time scorer, but he's got to be something that they value in that offense, because when they had Dylan Brooks was one of their better defenders. GG I feel like he's got to be in that space of him being one of their better defenders and one of their better wing scorers. But in terms of everything else, their issue was health. They just needed to be healthy. If Ja can stay healthy, if Ja can stay healthy, if Jackson can stay healthy, if GG can stay healthy, if Zach can stay healthy, if Desmond Bane can stay healthy, if these guys can stay healthy, they're gonna be right back at the top of the Western Conference.
All right. Looking forward to checking out the Grizzlies this year. We do know one thing, that it's going to be electric. So that's that. Moving on to the next team. Here we go, y'all. Hey, Ox, if you got a phone call or if you got to go use the bathroom,
F, keep it pushing. F, Dalton Connect and Bronny. That's what they done. F, like, why we don't have to discuss it?
The Los Angeles Lakers.
No. We re-signed. Hold on. Well, they, not we. They.
No, go ahead.
They actually. Hold on, y'all. Wait, hold on, y'all. Actually, chat. Let me just make sure I do this too for y'all. Make sure I get the insider scoop. Let me just send y'all my writing page on Sports Illustrated. Make sure I get all the Lakers news from your favorite hostess with the mostest, Jay Reezy. But they did make a move. You feel me? They re-signed. Bron. He got Dalton.
He ran out of things. He ran out. That was it. F, keep it pushing.
I like. But wait though, Mars. I really like Dalton. Let's at least a D plus.
I will say this, Mars. He is going to play a serious role this year.
No experience for another coach of no experience.
That's called building on a clean slate. Fresh canvas.
Yo, I will say this though. They are really the front office, Mars, just from like the chatter I've heard, like they were all in on JJ Redick from the start. Like he was always their guy in their
That's
minds.
that aura.
And I'm not saying
And he
JJ's
was
gonna be bad. JJ might be a good coach, but
Mhm.
like, we don't need to spend time on this. They've done nothing.
Yeah, they have done anything. I agree. They haven't
Well,
done
Mars,
anything.
Mars, you can't say it's an F, but then turn around and tell me that Memphis, the problem that they had was just health, and then the Lakers
They added
gave
Zach
Vincent
Edey,
back.
who's gonna come in right away and be good.
Absolutely, but then the Lakers they re-sign Max Christie. There's another wing who should be playing. They get Gabe Vincent back. Jared Vanderbilt's gonna be healthy. They get Dalton Connect, right? So of all of these
You
guys,
just said three
I mean they
people who aren't gonna do nothing.
but they did do something, right? It's
Gabe
not like they
Vincent
didn't
is
do
not
anything.
going to provide good value. Jared Vanderbilt is not a JJ Redick player. JJ Redick has made it abundantly clear how he views offense. Jared Vanderbilt is not going to be playing. He doesn't like guys like that.
What about Max
He's
Christie?
made that
Mars?
clear. Max
Right.
Christie
He's
is the only one
gonna
who I think is
play.
going to play.
He's gonna
just
play.
signed
He's
He's
the
gonna
only one who I
play.
think is going to play. That's the only one I think
Yeah,
is going to play.
he's gonna
Dalton
play.
is not going to play right away because his defense is egregious. Max Christie is going to play. I think he's cool because he plays good defense and the three-point shot is viable. Jared Vanderbilt is not a JJ Redick guy. And Gabe Vincent is just egregious. Like,
You know, I don't know what it's going to look like. It's funny too because you know what's crazy, Mars. They're going to ask Dalton Connect to be a 3-and-D player. That's going to be his role.
There's no D in that.
No, I know.
Other
No,
than his name, that's it.
Yeah, no, I know. No, I know. But I'm just telling you, like, that's what that's his role. Like, they're gonna have him rotate with Reeves. He's gonna be their backup shooting guard, and they're gonna ask him to be a 3-and-D wing. Now, I agree. I don't think he's a phenomenal defender, but that's what he's gonna have to be for them. And I agree about the Vando. Like, I don't know if Vando's gonna 5 minutes if he can't shoot threes. I think they're gonna play the hell out of Rui Hachimura. So we'll see. And
I like that too.
The potential
Rudy
seeing
is
Bron and Bronny on the court makes it a C. That's
And
cool.
Christian Wood is gonna be back, and I think JJ Redick. I know you don't want to hear that, but I think we're gonna get Houston Wood back, bro. Like with JJ Redick.
That's
bro.
not a good thing. Houston Christian Woods was
when was he averaging 22? When he was averaging 22?
Oh, have that empty 22 and
I
have
think
all
that's
the-
It was actually 9. I think it was
doesn't do
18.
anything.
I think it was 18.
Nah, you
and
can
9
have
he was
Houston
averaging.
Christian Wood. I promise you're not gonna like Houston Christian Wood. But
give
you
me-
can have
That's
him.
that's the best version.
Give me
Yeah, I
floor
think it was like
space for
18
Christian
and
Wood.
That's the
bro.
best
That's-
version. Then
I mean, Mars, that is the best version. I ain't gonna lie, it's the best version.
you can go ahead and have that. You're not gonna like it. Like, go ahead and have Houston Christian Wood. You're gonna be like, I don't want Christian Wood on my team.
The
That's what you're
Lakers
gonna
just need to go get Trey Young, man. Honestly.
For
realize.
what?
So we done with the Lakers.
Or
I
Darius,
mean, do-
or
yeah,
Darius
do
Garland,
something.
or Darius Garland. Go get Darius
That's well,
Garland.
chill.
I mean, you
chill.
have D'Angelo
That's
Russell.
better-
You
That's
basically
better
already
than
have him.
Bronny. Chill.
I'm telling you, Marsh, he won't. They're gonna move him.
Nah, bro. Bronny just like that's just cool. I'm not gonna lie. If we see Bron and
Yeah, it's
Bronny on the
cool.
court together, like that's cool. Like that
We're
alone,
definitely
I'd be
going
willing to
to
elevate it
see
to a D just for like that. That's just
Yeah.
cool. That's just
Yeah.
impressive.
I mean, like, yeah, that's
facts.
awesome. Don't get me wrong, that's awesome. I'm talking about because J-Rob said they need to get Trey Young, and Chill was like, for what? And I'm like, well, that's better than Bronny. You know what I'm saying? They got to do something. Chill. This is the Lakers. They can't just not be
Yeah,
competitive.
exactly. Or
And
get Darius Garland,
First,
maybe.
first of all, they're going to be competitive. They're built for the playoffs. I give them a C, and the reason why I give them a C is because the teams.
What did you give the Bucks again?
What did I give the Bucks? Didn't I give the Bucks a C too?
Okay, this is insane. Okay, carry on. Sorry, carry
I think I gave the Bucks a C. Yeah.
on. Okay, so the Bucks,
problem
we
with
giving
some-
up
the Bucks have
160.
at the same level of season as the Lakers. Like, yeah. I can see
Okay,
why Bucks fans call you a
so
hater.
what
I can
did
see why.
so Mars? What did the Lakers need to do this offseason? Because
Get
number
better.
one, they got the steal of the draft, I think, in Dalton Connect. I think they got the steal of the draft in him.
Maybe
100%.
the still of the second round too.
Yes, I think I ain't doing
First
that.
round and second round.
That part I'm not doing. No,
No,
But I am
you
saying-
spitting though, Ron. You spitting though, because Bron, the kid could really turn into something in the year.
and
or
I
so,
and,
too.
and, and I think he's gonna be good. I think he should have went back to school. I don't think he's ready to play at the pro level yet. No, but now that he's here, we got to figure it out. We do have to figure it out. Max Christie is gonna play more. The fact that you got
Yes.
Dalton Connect, another bucket getter, he's gonna play more. He has to play, and I'm pretty confident that with these guys getting healthy, I know Mars how you feel about JJ Redick being a figurehead. You know, he was up for the Charlotte job too, so it's not like he came out of nowhere. He was up for the Charlotte job too. But with that being said, he's going to have to play guys that are going to be conducive for them to win. And one of the things that's going to help them, they were one of the worst defensive teams in transition last year. One of the worst. I'm pretty confident Jared Vanderbilt can help that. I am. Now he might not be able to help.
Yeah, they're gonna be
offensively
playing
as much.
transition defense a lot more if those Jared Vanderbilt threes are gonna be missing. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
That's
No,
what- that's
we're
what's
not.
gonna
We're not. No, we're not going to do that, Mars. No, we're not going to do that. But
You
the
can't
point
just
that
sub
I'm
him in
saying-
for defense. Like he has to be on offense too.
But that doesn't mean that he's got to crack the long ball in transition. No, he does
Well,
not. have
JJ
to
Redick
do
has
that.
already said he hates the dunker spot. So where are you putting him?
We got to do.
Like,
We,
I'm
that's-
just going
that's-
on JJ's
that's-
words. He said he
right.
hates it. He doesn't
Right.
like it.
And the reason why he hates it because he hasn't had anybody on his coaching staff convince him yet of where to put this guy.
Okay.
That's where it's going to come in. Because where else are you going to put? You can't put Jared Vanderbilt on the long ball line in transition. That's not going to work. Not only can you not put him on the long ball line in transition, when we get in the half court, you can't just hide him in the corner at the long ball line. We've seen how that works. So that's not going to work neither. So what we're going to have to do in transition, he's got to run to the rim. And JJ Redick does like to play fast.
Yeah,
does
man.
like to
LeBron,
shoot.
I'm sorry. You got to go to the 3-point line because we need Vanderbilt at the rim. That
Yo, but Morris.
No.
Morris,
Vanderbilt's
hear me
not
out,
going to
though.
be playable offensively. He's not. Unless he makes threes.
Yeah, I could get behind that. I don't think.
And I was Vanderbilt's biggest fan. We're not going to rewrite his. I was Vanderbilt's
the
biggest fan.
Vandalorian. Yeah, the
That
Vandalorian.
offense just doesn't work, especially for everything I've heard JJ Redick say. Now, maybe he's going to change his philosophy. Who's on his coaching staff? Is Scott Brooks and Nate McMillan?
Both
Yeah.
of them.
Maybe
Both of them.
they're going
Somebody
to talk
else
him
too,
into
right?
experimenting with how they use Jared Vanderbilt. But like, I'm sorry, the offense is just not offensing, and like the only way you're going to use him is like short role playmaking. But like,
I will say this though, I do like that they added those two to the staff with your
Yeah,
first year
I like
head
that
coach,
experience.
like people who
I
have
think they're
been
going to be
there.
better defensively. I will say that.
That's
I think
that's.
they're
I
gonna
know
be
we
better.
have a first year.
I
Yeah,
think
for
they
sure.
will
I
be
agree
better
with that. Too.
defensively. But not because Vanderbilt's going to play more. But yeah,
Did Nate McMillan and Trae Young get along in Atlanta?
No, that's why he got fired.
Yeah, Trey ran Nate up out of that.
Yeah, they didn't,
that's why
right?
he
So
got
he's not
fired.
going to Los Angeles.
Hell no. Hell no.
that's
Nate
the only
McMillan-
reason why. That's
Yeah,
the
Nate
only
Nate
reason.
McMillan
That's like-
gets
that's
sent
like-
home
Yeah.
or get told to
That's
shut
like-
the hell up.
Oh shit!
That's like Thibault going to Milwaukee.
Yeah, I
You know,
ain't gonna- I
Thibault-
rock
Oh
with
yeah,
Vanderbilt.
yeah. The Bible Milwaukee thing will never happen. Yeah.
No.
I rock with Vando too, honestly, because of the defense. Maybe he been in the lab. If he could shoot a corner three, let me ask you this: if he could shoot in the left and right corner at 36%,
J-Rob, if Grandma had
could he still on the
balls,
floor?
That's all I got to say.
She
about
be.
that.
But
That's all I gotta
like
say
that,
No,
about
but I'm not saying from the.
that could
I'm not
make
saying
him
his
viable in
total.
the
I'm saying
regular
from those.
season.
I'm saying
that
from those
that
legit
could make
from
him
those
viable.
spots.
That could make him viable in the regular season. Now in the playoffs, I'm sorry, that means teams are just going to leave him wide open.
And we
at
can't
36%
hide that.
corner.
We can't
Yeah,
hide
like,
that. We can't.
This past year he was 31% in the corner.
Yeah, I'm saying not his whole 3-point. I'm just saying from the corner. If he gets to like
Right.
35, maybe.
In the regular season, that might be enough to get him on the floor for like 18 minutes. In the playoffs, will be unplayable.
Might playable.
Yeah,
I'm not mad at that.
Mars,
34% the year before in 23.
your open gym co-host
Yes.
would agree when I would say that maybe LA has benefited from the addition of subtraction. Now, you lose, obviously, a terrorist who has his hands in his pocket, Darvin Ham, but you also lose Spencer Dinwiddie, and you lose another terrorist in Taurean Prince.
Where's Spence go?
Dallas, right?
Back in Dallas.
Yeah, back to Dallas.
Going back to Dallas.
Yeah, he back
I don't
in
know
Dallas.
how many times I've seen Spencer Dinwiddie in Dallas. I'm getting tired of
It's
this.
got to be the
This
fourth
at
or
least the
fifth
third
time.
time, Moss.
Yeah,
Hey,
he stayed going to Dallas.
him and Mark Cuban, they like they boys.
Oh, yeah,
He
they
don't
do
give
business
up
together.
wherever
Huh?
Yeah. So
Wherever he
they-
lives,
they got
he
love for
keeps
each
that
other.
place because this is like his
Yeah.
third
I'm
time.
not gonna lie, but Gabe Vincent's still on the roster. Gabe Vincent was committing terrorism last year. But I mean, I guess you could say
Was he though,
wasn't-
Moss? He was hurt. I mean, how much did he play?
Yeah, I guess you want to say, oh, he wasn't healthy. That's why. But when he was on the court, it was terrorism. That's what it was. It was terrorism. And Taurean Prince, yeah, you got off Taurean, so I guess that benefits. But like, you don't have another wing. What, Cam Reddish?
Oh my! Oh, I forgot Cam Reddish is on the team.
Like you lost Torian. Like yeah, Torian's
JJ
no longer on
Redick
the
might
team.
be good
We
for
hated Torian. Who's
JJ
your three?
might be
What
good
about-
for.
What
Cam
about the
Reddish.
young boys?
The Duke
What about
connection.
Max Christie, Hushafino, Maxwell Lewis? You think any of them can-
Hushafino?
I'm
Yeah,
just
stop,
asking.
Yeah, stop.
Can any
stop.
of them get
Can you
good
stop,
enough?
No, I'm not gonna lie. We
No,
spent
no.
more time
Yeah,
on the
come on,
Lakers
bro,
than we did
stop.
on the Grizzlies, and the Grizzlies had a
Yeah,
better
come on.
offense.
Let's get to the next team. Let's get to
What
the
do you
next team.
expect, Mars? It's the Laker media
F,
cartel.
F.
What? Is that a subliminal to me?
Trying to polish it up and
not just you. It's a subliminal to you, to Ron.
It's a direct shot. It's not a subliminal. It's a direct shot.
Bro.
Yeah, right. It's not a sub. It's not a sub. Thanks, Chill. It's not a sub. I'm just saying what I'm saying. I told y'all last year that the Laker media cartel had their hand directly on PC, foot on our neck, making sure we talk about the Lakers.
Yeah. F. Okay. Next team, man.
And just to put that out there, tomorrow we will be doing small forwards. And we have to do that because the Laker media cartel is forcing us to talk about the Lakers at least once a week. And LeBron has to be on the
skip the shooting guards?
I mean, we'll come back and do them. But we have to do a LeBron segment.
Focus, Mars.
At least. The shooting guards are going to have Kobe. We don't going to get the Lakers
I'm
anyway.
saying that's just odd. Why would you just go from point guards to
the center, they're going to – Lakers have centers too.
Yeah,
and we'll get to them after the shooting guards.
Hey, LeBron James is the head. You know what? It's certain things I can't say, but we have
tomorrow smooth forward. Okay, good to know. I'll get my smooth forward this done.
I got a dentist appointment.
Every time I turn around, Oscar, I go to the damn dentist. Hey.
Oh, but before we get to the next team, shout out the Lakers and J-Rob has them going to the championship.
No, I don't. I really don't. I don't. I'm just talking shit. I said that.
All right. I got a few super chats though, so let's do this. I have one member chat, but it is an amazing member chat from an amazing member in the chat by the name of FIFA Boy. He was sweet and to the point with this super chat.
Shout out, FIFA Boy.
He simply said, "El Scambo." And I couldn't agree more. El Scambo. The Wakandan saying said, true or false, rookie Tim Duncan clears any year of Charles Barkley.
False.
Oh man, that's crazy.
False.
As dope as Tim Duncan was as a rookie,
super dope as a rookie.
That's just rude. Like what I'm just saying.
On,
that's false.
Hey, shout out to the power forward list, man. I feel like I'm gonna have some what's the word? Controversial rankings on my power forward.
You better believe it. Power forwards and shooting guards, I can guarantee you are gonna get nasty.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. Power forward and shooting guard were my two toughest ones. I really people not gonna like either one of my lists.
Hey, can we disable the chat for that, Ron? I don't know if that.
People aren't gonna like my shooting guard and power forward list.
It's like your all-time list. All-time
top 10 in each position. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Oh,
they're not gonna like my shooting guard and power forward list.
Mm-hmm.
I think what I'm gonna do, Ron, I'm gonna just give you my list, and I'm just not gonna come that day.
What, shooting guard?
Shooting guard and power forward.
You know, he got Manu top 3, he got T-Mac at 1. Like, we know what's going on.
Mo sent through the super chat. Speaking of small forward and shooting guard list, he said Harden Kawhi top 5 duo. Just believe. You just gotta believe, y'all.
If you believe,
there's plenty of you guys up here that have teams that you are out on, and you are officially out on them. I can't be more out on the Clippers than I am. I can't be. I am so.
They got Chris Dunn. Chill.
I am out on the Clippers.
They got Derrick Jones Jr.
The king of Providence. The king of Providence.
Out.
Providence is prodigal.
Wait. Chill.
Here we go.
Maybe, just maybe, Ty Lue will give Norm Powell that green light he's been needing.
And you're going to see the Devin Booker.
You're going to see Devin Booker.
He has to.
And y'all going to finally see Devin Booker.
If that happens, I'm not going to lie. I'm here.
I ain't going to lie, Ox. I'll give you your flowers if that happens, but whoa.
Fellas, we actually about to get to the Clippers next. They are our last and final team of the day.
Whoa.
I'm going to just
wait.
We just never get to talk about the Rockets. It's cool.
Did y'all do the Kings yesterday?
Yeah. No,
we don't want to talk about.
No, we actually did do the Kings yesterday. We actually
young pups not finna do nothing.
Y'all saw them from love,
man.
I gave you guys an A. I was the only one, but I gave you guys an A.
You know,
Pundrill sent to a super chat. He said D-Lo is never the answer.
Like never ever the answer.
I just don't agree with that. If he's playing a role, why can't he just play a role?
I mean, if the question is,
you can't talk to J-Rob, you cannot talk to Ox about D-Lo. He thinks D-Lo is garbage. You can't.
You think D-Lo garbage?
We haven't talked about this before, J-Rob.
No, we never talked about this.
D-Lo and Tobias Harris are like Ox's biggest.
Oh, Tobias, I'm with you. But how you don't like Tobias, but you love Rudy?
Rudy who?
Gobert.
Rudy. Oh, Rudy.
Gobert.
How does that?
Just so
how does that
what do you
correlate?
mean? That's
Yeah,
I'm
how does that
lost.
correlate? Yeah, I'm
Too
perplexed.
bad. Too to me. Pretty. You know what? Let's move on.
Yeah, I didn't see the correlation there. I
The
didn't.
correlation
Yeah.
is too
He's
low.
saying they're both
My
overrated. That's what he's
two
saying.
low vibration basketball players. That's what I'm telling you. Two low vibration
vibration
basketball
crazy.
players.
No,
That's
low
how I feel
vibration
about-
is
That's
crazy.
how I feel about.
So
both
we're
of them.
not going to talk about the team that was just in. Oh no, we did talk about Dallas yesterday. Okay, now.
But I'm down to talk about the Houston Rockets because that Reed Shepherd boy.
Nah,
Boy,
Ron wants to talk. Ron, yeah, we spoke about him yesterday. I spoke about Najee Marshall's addition.
Boy.
Oh no,
Yeah,
we didn't.
no,
we didn't give them a
yeah, we
segment. That was just who I thought won the offseason.
Well,
Yeah,
you
we didn't speak
see,
about them either.
we did 10 teams on Monday. No, yesterday. We did 10 teams yesterday.
Okay.
We did 10 teams today. On Friday, we'll do 10 more teams.
I'll
And
be
then
back.
tomorrow we'll do the small forward list. And then right now, I'll read a super chat from Culture Bandit. He said, "Dub eggplants on the plate."
Oh, he said W dingling eating. Pause. Pause.
It's on the plate.
All right.
Love is love.
Oh,
Love is love.
man. Oh, man.
All right,
Hey,
y'all.
you know
Go down
the
Dallas,
first time I had eggplant parmesan, I didn't even know what I was ordering. I almost threw up
Why?
because I didn't know what it was.
Oh, okay.
I'm just
Yo, Arch.
You've
I ain't
been,
gonna lie.
eating it ever since that day?
I ain't gonna lie, Arch in the chat. You may have made this joke about my eyebrows, but if you can't bring your ugly ass up here and let me fire on you, stay in that chat.
Archie
Ain't
do
ain't
happen
Archie
to be
Hall
a
of Fame
Hall
member?
Yeah,
Isn't
Archie
Archie Hall of
do
Fame member?
happen to be a Hall of Famer. And you
You
can't come up
come up
here.
here. Let me
on
look
my
at that. Let me look at that. Let me look at that mug of yours. Let's see what you look like.
look at that.
Because I know some of you mugs in here is ugly as hell, bro. I know some of y'all in
Hey,
here
shout out,
ugly as
shout out
hell,
to the
bro.
ugly folks though, man. We holding it down. Nah,
Ugly,
but
ugly, fat,
Shout out
middle,
to those that ain't easy
short.
on the eyes.
Nah, Mars,
those
I'm
that
done.
ain't easy on the eyes.
I'm done. I'm
No,
done
you
with
ain't
these
gonna say-
incels.
shout out to the fellas that gotta have a little game. You know what I'm saying?
Look, I love these boys. Look, I love these boys.
J-Rob.
Look, I love most of
Shut
these
up,
boys
Jay.
in here, but these
Shout out to the guys that
incels,
gotta be
these
smooth
nerds who can't talk, who get scared, can't talk to women. They on Cornhub
What do
all
women
day.
got to do with basketball,
y'all-
J-Rod?
Yo, J-Rob, chill.
But no, but Ron,
J-Rob,
the only
chill.
time that eggplant is good is when you got it in the duck curry, like the red curry, the duck
The
curry.
eyebrow thing I
that's
don't play
fire.
about, gang. The eyebrow thing is a little sensitive topic. So if you want to go there, I'm going all the way there. J-Rob just talking about himself right now. Hanzo, you must not know about Jay Hooligan. He don't know. He don't know.
Oh, man.
All right,
Don't
so-
let me slide over y'all girlfriend's DMs.
Hey,
Don't show me y'all
off of,
girlfriend's
when you're
DMs.
around my nephew,
Y'all
you better
gonna be
cuff him.
sick. Y'all
I've been
better,
around
y'all
my
gonna be
nephew.
sick.
I've been around my nephew.
Y'all don't want
right now.
late J. Y'all don't want late J-Rob in your shorty's DM. So
All I
y'all
know,
better
right,
stop
yeah.
playing.
if
J-Rob,
don't bring him
you know
around
who
my
I was
nephew,
with on Monday?
you got cuff him.
You know the real Huskies. You know the
Oh
dogs out
my
here in
God.
Seattle. You know,
Oh my God.
you know.
Hey, J-Rob. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
All right,
All I know is that I've been around my nephew, and if you bringing your chick around, you better cuff her. That's all I gotta say.
You come on now. So y'all better chill,
True
chat.
player for real.
Y'all better chill, chat.
All right, the Los Angeles Clippers. I need your grades on these guys. They obviously have lost Russell Westbrook. They lost Paul George. They lost Mason Plumlee. They lost Daniel Tice. They lost BJ Boston. But they got Derrick Jones Jr. They got Chris Dunn. They got Nick Batum. They got Mo Bamba, Kevin Porter Jr., Kevon Harris, Cam Christie, who they drafted, Elijah Harkless, and Trenton Flowers. They also extended or re-signed James Harden and Kai Jones. Talk to me about their offseason grades and how you feel about these guys. F. Mars, do you just hate LA?
No, you just gave two teams that have an F back to back. So I'm just saying F.
Care to elaborate?
Signing Chris Dunn was a good addition because he takes Russ's spot as the backup lead guard. That helps them 100%. Kevin Porter was a baller in Houston, but he a goofy. So
Mars, don't do this. Mars.
Yes, he
no,
was.
it's
Yes, he was.
okay.
Yes, he was, Mars. That's not true.
I'm
He
not
was.
about to have to debate about why Kevin Porter Jr.
Yeah.
was a bad basketball player and one of the worst locker room presences in the NBA.
Now the locker room starting. Not a lot. I was getting to that, Mars.
But he wasn't good on the court either.
He wasn't bad on the court. It was terrible. That's not. And I know
He
you watched a lot of Houston games.
Defense.
But I did.
He dribbled.
He wasn't great defensively.
His shot selection was terrible. He only
and
passed
that was
because
that was largely due.
He wasn't
to
good.
Silas being there. Largely
No. It doesn't take Silas being there to understand that he would only pass if he thought he would get an assist. That's not Silas being there. That's
not
him.
what he was doing, Mars. That's so not what he was doing. And I know you watched them as much as you did, but I watched you. I didn't watch all 82 games like you did, but I did watch Houston, and I watched how bad they were in the fourth quarter. But I did watch some good things about Kevin Porter. I did. I did watch him be able to get downhill. I did watch that. I did watch him be able to pass. Now, he might have been a little bit selfish. He wasn't terrible. Now, being on this crew with more vets, that might change him, especially off the strength that he's been out of the league. And he's a goofy, right? He's been out of the league for a while, and he's been dumb. He did something dumb, and he knows that for a fact. So that may settle him down. I like the addition of Chris Dunn, absolutely, as the backup lead guard. And I also like the addition of Derrick Jones Jr. I think him and Coffee are going to be good on the wings. But this team, the best version of this team, we already seen it, Ron. The best version of this team is already over. When they had that crew that they put that crew together to win it. And it was a disaster. And now that you've 86 Paul George, now that you've 86 Russell Westbrook, the idea is now I'm going to supplement James Harden and Kawhi Leonard with a bunch of role guys. This is going to be the difference. It's not. It is not. There's still going to be, if they make the playoffs, there's still going to be a first round exit. I'm good on them.
J-Rob, Ox.
I wasn't even paying attention, man. I was disrespecting Hanzo in the chat. That was more fun at the time. I'm sorry. I'm finna have his girl do my eyebrows so I can give him some money.
Grade for the Clippers. Awesome.
I gotta say a D.
So F ain't even available in the poll. Crazy.
I mean, because you never know. I never know what I'm gonna get from KPJ.
Domestic violence.
Well, Mars, she slipped out of bed, Mars. You know,
Right.
imagine that. But anyways, listen, you know, that's crazy. But it's just because you never know. Like he's a loose cannon. He gets busy some nights, and some nights it's just you never know. I like Chris Dunn, like I said. Derrick Jones Jr. Like they got a lot of high energy guys. So I mean, as far as that goes, like as far as what they did during the offseason, it's like they got pieces to go with. Like, imagine if they were a championship contending team. Like the guys they got, I feel like are fillers. You know what I'm saying? Guys that you bring in to get you right over that hump. You know, Chris Dunn, DJJ, and KPJ. Like that's what I think. But they're just not there yet. So, yeah, man. And I don't know. I don't expect much from the Clippers.
I ain't gonna lie. To be honest, the best move for the Clippers this offseason would have been great if they found a way to move Kawhi Leonard or get something back in return for him or something. I think that would have been the best move for the Clippers because honestly, Ox, I just feel like for a team that is going into a new arena, starting a new chapter in their franchise, I just think ultimately, like they're not. What are they bringing to that arena? You know what I'm saying? Like this, if Kawhi Leonard is going through injuries and stuff, like they got James Harden.
Yes, the system.
Oh shit.
I mean, that's good for LA though. You know what I'm saying? They got some LA boys in there, let them, you know.
I forgot they have James Harden.
They're still gonna be competing for a playoff spot.
Yeah, they're gonna be in that race. And James Harden gonna get back to his 36 points per game.
You think so?
Hell,
are you being funny? Oh,
he's not. Gonna
the way, not the demeanor, the way you said it though is mad. The way you said it just seemed like I'm like, what?
He might give me a cool little 23.
He can average 23 and 10.
Yeah, something like that. He's just not quick enough anymore.
But my question is this: if Kawhi is injured up and down in the lineup, like what is that team?
J-Rob,
Jenny
Part is
play
not
seven-
beating
That's
them in the
why
playoff
James
time.
Harden might be able to give me
we
30.
just passed
Wait,
year
didn't he play
5.
71 games last year?
And what happened?
I think it was like 60 something, but maybe.
Ox,
yeah.
we don't give you credit for taking me almost to the place that I'm trying to get to.
It's not about that, chill. It's not.
That's
That's
exactly
not
what
what
it's about.
I'm talking.
Ox.
No.
68,
We're talking about the arena and what that's like for the fans. I'm talking about as far as that goes, like the 8, 9, maybe 10 games that they're going to get in the playoffs, and really for the home fans, really like 8 games max that they're going to get in the playoffs isn't. I don't care about that. I'm only talking about the fans in the arena right now. That's it, chill. I'm not talking about championship aspirations. I'm not talking about any of that. I'm just simply talking about selling tickets and the Clippers fan base having something to come watch. If Kawhi Leonard plays 63 plus games, I think that's great for them, especially if that's let's say 36 home games he plays this year. That's great for that arena, I think. And I mean, we saw what Kawhi Leonard did last year. He still got the goods. He's just got a bum knee. You know what I mean? So it's like if that knee could hold up long enough for him to play 35, 34 home games, that's a hell of a turnout for the first year in that arena. I think if Kawhi Leonard plays 34 home games, the Clippers won this year, regardless of what they do in the playoffs. The Clippers have officially won as a franchise if they can get Kawhi Leonard to play 34 home games.
I find that very hard to agree with.
I'm only talking business, J-Rob. I'm not talking hoop right now.
I know you're talking about selling tickets. No, I know you're talking about selling tickets, but selling tickets also has to do with what Steve Ballmer's, bottom line is. And I just feel like, I honestly, Ox, I do feel like if you can't consistently have Kawhi Leonard in the lineup, not only does it affect postseason, but I actually don't think it fills seats, bro. I don't think James Harden has the same cachet that he once has into the NBA. Personally. Just me personally.
Fear the beards? What's going on?
I don't think it's the same no more, man. When he was in Houston, maybe.
Nobody fearing that dusty beard.
Yeah, I just feel like he don't got the same level of aura or whatever. But I don't think like if Kawhi Leonard is not in these lineups, bro, the Chris Dunn, James Harden, those lineups are not filling seats, bro. They will still be in crypto arena. And honestly, Ox, the real truth of the matter is, if the Clippers really wanted to be relevant, they should just take the team out of California. That's what I personally feel like.
They just built an arena, J-Rob.
No, I know, but I'm saying they shouldn't have built an arena in Inglewood.
That's crazy.
Listen. As
what does leaving California do for anybody?
Listen,
there's nothing better than being in California. Why would you leave California?
So
being in Tulsa.
In the last like week, Ox, of just having like the opportunity to really like be around the Los Angeles like media, like really the local media, like hearing how people talk about the organizations, all of these people talk about these teams. Ox, I've just from what I've learned, the Clippers are really not respected in this city. Like I don't think a new state, I don't think a new arena is ever. I don't think the temperature around in Los Angeles, the Clippers are never going to be relevant. They could win a championship, Ox, and I'm telling you, it's not going to be a big deal.
Well, it's a thing. I mean, that's always been a thing. Like we understand what the Clippers are to the Southern California area. But that's the problem. Like, I don't believe the thing should be trying to compete with the Lakers for a fan base. It's like the Mets and the Nets. Like that's the Yankees and Knicks.
No. The Mets actually have a fan base though.
Right. But the Clippers actually have a fan base too. But the Lakers fan base is bigger. Like the Clippers 100% have a fan base. Like
they do. But I'm saying, what I'm saying is like that's the Mets aren't a little brother franchise to the Yankees in New York City. I think it is even across the city. It's either you're a Mets fan or you're a Yankees fan. And the reason why it's like that is because we have New Jersey, you have Connecticut, you have these surrounding areas. So it's split in half in New York. Here, it is a drastic wash between the two. Even like the Jets and the Giants in New York, New Jersey, it is even between. There's a clear like for both. I don't feel like with the Clippers here.
Yeah, but that's what I'm trying to say. It don't matter. Like you're not gonna compete. Trying to compete with the Lakers is who cares? Like that's what I'm trying to say. Like you're not going to be the Lakers.
In your city, Ox? You're not going to be loved in the city that you're in.
I want the people that love me. I want them to love me. I don't care about other people's fans.
Yo, Otis think that the Clippers don't got fans.
So,
like, put the Clippers in Kansas City.
His name is Tay Luck, actually, right?
Put the Clippers in Kansas City, they'd be lit. Put them with the Chiefs in them.
Only thing they could do is maybe go back south a couple, an hour and a half
Go
to San Diego.
Go to St. Louis. This city's
J-Rob, nobody's leaving LA going to Kansas City or St. Louis. You're in LA. Only
why? The Rams,
because it's
Rams
LA.
did it.
And where are they? And where are they, J-Rob?
Hold on. The Rams
where are they right now, J-Rob?
I'm telling you, they went from
LA
to Cleveland to St. Louis.
But where are they now, J-Rob?
In LA.
So I'm saying, like, the only thing, first of all, they just built that arena in Inglewood, so they're not going nowhere. But if they were to do anything, the only answer would be San Diego. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't.
I'll be fine with that too.
Yeah, you don't leave California.
And then all of a sudden, Kawhi plays 10 more years.
I just feel like as an owner, like they put so much money to try to make this.
But you know what though, Ron? That would have been the move because we know he's San Diego State product. You know what I'm saying? He came up out of San Diego State. If they would have moved to San Diego 2 years ago or something before they broke ground on this arena, that would have been crazy. You know what I'm saying, for a fan base. But all I'm saying is trying to compete with the Lakers and trying to get the same amount of love as the Lakers get. It's just a waste of time. You got to, you know what I'm saying? You got to love who love you. You know what I'm saying? And that's a life lesson for all of y'all out there. Love who loves you. Don't be out here chasing people that don't want to be in your life, chasing people that don't really love you. You know what I'm saying? Because then you would jeopardize your integrity and do things that aren't really you. Just be yourself and love who love you.
Keep going, Ox.
You know what I'm saying? Don't be chasing other people's fans.
Keep going. All right, y'all. We got a couple super chats, but before I read these,
are you hungry?
I want to give you guys some options for lunch.
Nice.
What up, PC Nation? Warmer, sunnier days are calling. Fuel up for them with Factor's no prep, no mess meals. Meet your wellness goals in time for summer thanks to the menu of chef-crafted meals with options like Calorie Smart, Protein Plus, and Keto. Factor's fresh, never frozen meals are dietitian approved and ready to eat in just 2 minutes. So no matter how busy you are, you'll always have time to enjoy nutritious, great tasting meals. Make today the day you kickstart a new healthy routine. What are you waiting for? With 35 different meals and more than 60 add-ons to choose from every week, you'll always have new flavors to explore. Crush your wellness goals this July with dietitian-approved meals and ingredients that you can trust. Make your day delicious. From breakfast to dessert, stay fueled with easy, nutritious options. Treat yourself to restaurant-quality meals that feature premium ingredients like filet mignon, shrimp, and blackened salmon. Keep kitchen time to a minimum. Factor meals are ready in 2 minutes. No shopping, prepping, cooking, or cleaning up. Enjoy effortless support for your lifestyle. Choose from 6 menu preferences to help you manage calories, maximize protein intake, avoid meat, or simply eat well-balanced. Head to factormeals.com/playerschoice50 and use code playerschoice50 to get 50% off your first box plus 20% off your next month. That's code playerschoice50 at factormeals.com/playerschoice50 to get 50% off your first box plus 20% off your next month while your subscription is active.
This just in, Bronny James is in the lab. See? Y'all didn't think he was good off-season addition, but upon further news and research, now we know that Bronny James is in fact in the lab, and he's going to prove haters like a couple people up here wrong. Let's check it out. Oh, there we go.
Cash. I like it, Bronny. Delayed genetics. Let's get it.
Hey, man, that's
John, please relax.
It took him 8 dribbles to create.
Please calm down, yo.
Like, that's not. I'm sorry. Like, they playing ones. It took him 8 dribbles to create a 15-foot fade. Like, that's not working in the NBA. That's not happening in the NBA. So let's be realistic. Let's be realistic.
It looked nice.
It looked cool.
It did look
that
nice.
ain't
That's
happening in
I'm
the
saying.
NBA.
No,
that ain't happening.
No,
like, it's not doing things quick. That was not quick.
If you saw that and you were impressed, imagine how Ron would have reacted to that if he would have been doing that to Combs. You know?
Ron, you might want to read the super chat.
Oh, we got $100 super chat.
Yeah.
So I got a super chat from Alan L.
This host is terrible.
Garbage, Mars. Garbage.
Look,
Garbage.
My computer
This dude
is
is
delayed.
garbage,
My
Mars.
Wi-Fi
Get Ron off the
garbage.
floor.
my
Get
Wi-Fi
Ron off the
isn't
floor.
always snappy like that.
Get
But my
Ron.
man
Coach,
Art,
get him out of here. He's a bum.
Art, a Hall of Famer, and now is officially in the GOAT tier because he's one of very few people to send through $100 super chat. He said, "Respect to my boy J-Rob. Was just having fun. I apologize."
Shout out
You
to
niggas don't have aura like me, chat. I don't have aura like
Hey,
me.
y'all better
My
stop
dog
playing with my
apologized and said
nephew,
100, bro. Like, stop playing with me, chat.
Y'all better
Shout out
stop
to my
playing
boy
with my
Arch,
nephew,
man.
yo.
That's real
Y'all
respect
better
right there.
stop
I
playing with
respect
my
that.
nephew, man. Y'all better
W
stop.
bigger man, bro. Stop, man.
Hey,
Let's get
Arch,
it. We here.
Arch, you are now
And honestly, can I say one
on a
thing too?
different tier.
Arch, I apologize about my hostility. I want you to know that I personally have not liked the way this platform has been, used for content and clicks over the last few weeks. So I'm on a heel run. So it's kind of made me a little hostility because I just don't like it. So it's just turning me into, you feel me, a little bit of a heel. You feel me? That's all.
You becoming what you despise, J-Rob. Don't let him turn you into that.
Listen.
Don't
What
do
they
it.
say? What do they say? You live long enough to see yourself become the
Yeah,
villain.
you
Y'all to die a hero or
don't
live long enough to see yourself.
Don't let them turn you into that, J-Rob.
You
No,
feel me?
no.
So I'll
Hopefully,
be the
I live
villain.
long enough to see myself become a
I'll be the
GOAT.
villain. I'll be the villain. I gotta defend my dogs, man. That's all.
Don't let them turn you into that, J-Rob. Don't do it.
Hanzo sent through a members chat. He's been around for about 8 months. And he basically just said, putting me in timeout is a weak move. Which one of y'all put this man in timeout?
I did it.
I didn't either.
Y'all out of pocket.
Become like J-Rob.
He said L Ron, L Chill, L Ox, Dub J-Rob, Dub Mars. It was one of them two that did it. Ron, stop being a backup dancer. You know what? I'm what? You know what? Actually, I admit it. I put you in timeout, Hanzo. And you come up here talking that trash tomorrow, I'm going to put you in timeout tomorrow. You come up here talking that trash on Friday, I'm going to put you in timeout again. As a matter of fact, I'm going to just keep you in timeout. Do you like your mama used to do? You make you go sit in the corner and face the wall. If you turn around and you sitting in the corner for another 5 minutes.
5 minutes?
I mean, 3 hours. Alan L said, why was Dallas a fluke, Chilltown?
Because they had a favorable matchup. That's why. I ain't buying Dallas as a championship team. No, I'm not. You saw what happened in the finals. They got smoked. It was fluky dookie. What happened to them?
Fluky dookie.
It was fluky 100%.
And Mo with the last super chat of the day, he said Harden was the best player for the Clippers. L Chill.
In the postseason, yeah. What, 6 games?
What were they missing in that postseason, Mars? What were the Clippers missing in the postseason?
What, a Kawhi Leonard?
Get it. They're going to door. Get the Clippers out of here, Mars. Stop talking to me about them dudes. They're going to door right there. Bye.
Yeah.
Bye. Get out of here.
Clippers
hate them. Yeah.
Bye.
Send the Clippers to the gulag, please.
Get them out of here.
I'm with it. I'm with you.
Please get them.
Ron times Hanzo out again. Crazy.
If for clowning, you're grounded. Take your punk ass back to your room.
Get them dudes out of here.
With that being said, we will see you guys tomorrow. We will be doing a small forwards list. I can't wait to do that and keep Hanzo in timeout. Until then, y'all
What? Is J-Rob sending a small forward list?
No. L-Ron.